main radio station in Melbourne, the greater 3UZ Good Sports. In Perth, Has Perth Talking Radio 6PR. And in Brisbane, 4TAB are proud to be a part of the 11th edition of the Australasian Racing Year. Once again this year, Raceplay, the sporting company, has been joined in the production of the Australasian Racing Year by Sky Channel, Australia's satellite sporting network.
On behalf of Raceplay, welcome to the 11th edition of the Australasian Racing Year. This year, the program has a new format, a reviewing style compatible to Australia and New Zealand's circuit of racing. There are plenty of highlights from season 92-93, and with the 87 Group 1 races on this edition of the racing year, you'll see them all. The first Group 1 of the season is run at Moonee Valley in August, and it was won by one of last season's best two-year-olds.
Crazy, but King Marauding got the front at the 600-metre mark. Street Ruffian second from Australasian going forward, then High Chicago, Yachty and Grey Man. Then Durbridge followed by Dark Bow, Black Rouge and Starring and Plum Crazy. But the three-year-old King Marauding at the 450-metre mark. Straight away 2.5 in front before the turn now. Second placing at the moment is Australasian. Durbridge from a long way back from Yachty. Then High Chicago, Black Rouge and on the inside Street Ruffian. But King Marauding at the 200-metre mark. Oh, he's put 4-5 on them now. Durbridge running home late from Yachty and then further back Starring, but the brilliant King Marauding all the way here. King Marauding wins the Manikato brilliantly by 3 lengths. Durbridge second, Yachty third, then Starring.
Ridden by Philip Alden, King Marauding's success in the Manikato Stakes was the second Group 1 of his career. Owned and trained by Jim Marconi, the son of the Golden Slipper winner Marauding is now retired and standing at the newly formed Independent Stallion Station in Victoria.
Back in 1986, the Queensland colt Zephyr Cross caused an upset in the Ascot Vale Stakes when he defeated the good filly Bounding Away. This season, Vogue trainer Vic Rail came down from Queensland with a colt that was bought as a foal for $4,000.
Elegant closer to the inside, King Marauding a length away, third from Just One. Then Primacy over on the rails, being followed by Star of Tristram, 2 lengths to Sir T, Kingston Spirit Watch. Arkraj well back, Verdingley's been passed by Quegent. They run down near the 300-metre mark now, and Spondula in front. King Marauding's under a lot of pressure. Just One coming at the leader, and Primacy getting up on the inside. Well clear of Quegent. It's Primacy taking the lead with 100 to go from Just One. Quegent is finishing powerfully. Primacy in front. Quegent is picking him up. Primacy by a neck nearing the line. Lunging Quegent very close. Couldn't pick it between Primacy and Quegent, who put a big bound in on the post.
One of the stars from last season was the Sydney filly Burst, the first of her sex to win the 2-year-old Triple Crown. Trained by Clary Connors, Burst found winning form early in the season.
Into the straight, skating just led Burst on the outside. Mahia 3 deep is balanced up by Quinton as they turn for home. She lost a little bit of ground on the corner, however. Burst and skating fighting it out at the 200 mark, and they've come right away from Mahia, followed by Diamond Capri. Skating on the inside, Burst on the outer. They're 4 in front of Mahia. Burst and skating having a titanic tussle in the T-Rose Stakes. Burst has the head in front, and Burst fell in to beat skating about a long head. By
the third week in September, Melbourne Cup contenders around Australia and in New Zealand are well and truly on the road that leads to Flemington. In the Underwood Stakes, there were a few good cup pointers behind the winner, Prince Salieri.
To the turn, 4.50 to go. Heroicity's going to turn, just the leader to Jim's mate Prince Salieri. Ivory Way looking for the run at them, and then Sub-Zero under pressure, followed by Grooming and My Eagle Eye coming to the centre of the course. In the straight now, and Jim's mate and Heroicity turn together. Prince Salieri challenging from Ivory Way, and then Sub-Zero at the 200 and past it now, and Prince Salieri got to the lead. Prince Salieri got a length in front of Sub-Zero. Jim's mate Heroicity. Prince Salieri, is this a deserved win? Prince Salieri will go in and score by 2 lengths to Sub-Zero. Delmar's run third.
Last season, Lee Friedman and his apprentice Damien Oliver combined to win 5 Group 1 races. This season, they opened their Group 1 account when Mannerism produced an outstanding performance in the Vic Health Cup.
And Mannerism and King Marauding are at the tail of the field turning for home. Infallible hit the front at the bend. Coming after it now, Alias Comberbash, and Alias Comberbash first for home from Infallible. Then Black Rouge, followed by Rare Chance. Further back is Vows. At the 200-metre mark, Alias Comberbash grabbed now by Black Rouge. Black Rouge hit the front to Alias Comberbash. Vows. Mannerism is flashing home. Black Rouge clear though. Mannerism runs to second. Black Rouge in front. Mannerism coming hard. Got there. Mannerism, what a run. Beat Black Rouge and Vows. Majestic Boy close
up. In Sydney, the Australian Jockey Club Spring Carnival got underway with the running of the George Mayne Stakes. Emerging from a classy field, which included Better Loosen Up on the comeback trail, was one of the season's best 3-year-olds.
The corner, it's Durbridge in front, about a neck on Kinjate. Telesto 3 deep on the turn, followed by Dr. Grace. Coronation Day near the fence, and Rough Habit about to be switched out as they come over the rise. Kinjate headed Durbridge coming to the 200. Telesto is battling on, then Dr. Grace. Coronation Day winding up and further out. Rough Habit. Coronation Day is coming after Kinjate with Rough Habit on the outside. Coronation Day coming at Kinjate. Larry Cassidy hard at work. Coronation Day poked his head in front as they hit the line, and Coronation Day won the George Mayne, ahead to Kinjate with Rough Habit third.
Coronation Day's trainer Max Lees declared the colt to be the best he's trained since Luskin Star, following the 3-year-old's win against the older horses. In the Spring Champion Stakes, Coronation Day clashed with the Cummings-trained Muirfield Village, who was coming off a win in the Group 2 Hill Stakes.
Loser. Now Dittman's in a spot of bother here on Muirfield Village. He's got plenty of horse underneath him, but absolutely nowhere to go as they come around the corner. Pallet has pushed pretty deep on the turn, straightening up, and Takeshi put the head in front of Air Seattle. He's Classic is looming up on the outside. Salcantay under pressure. Coronation Day had to push Salcantay out of the way. He's into the clear, and here he comes. Coronation Day hit the front. Coronation Day dashed to the lead past the 200. Muirfield Village, after being held up for a run, is into the clear, but the bird has flown. Coronation Day is well clear. Cassidy keeping him going in this magnificent colt. Coronation Day won, easing up over Muirfield Village, who should have been closer.
Coronation Day's second Group 1 win was certainly impressive. Both 3-year-olds continued their spring campaigns in Melbourne. Run on the same day as the Flight Stakes, the first Group 1 race of the season for 3-year-old fillies. Shane Dye had ridden both Slight Chance and Burst in their first up wins and elected to stay with his Golden Slipper winner in the Flight.
The corner, no defeat the leader over Slight Chance. Yodelay is easing out 3 deep. Skating will have to go 4 wide on the corner. Burst is strung up for a run as they come around the turn, followed by Racing Ruler, and then Jewel of Africa and Fine Clip as they come over the rise where Slight Chance went to the lead. Burst is switching back to the fence. Yodelay boxing on and further out Skating, but Slight Chance has got a good lead at the 200 mark, a length or more in front of Yodelay. Burst is coming between them. Skating on the outside. Slight Chance still in front, 100 out. She's holding them at the moment. Burst inch by inch is getting to her, but Slight Chance is going to win the Flight. Slight Chance beat Burst. Shane Dye won't be too happy about that. Yodelay has run.
Centane, the sire of Slight Chance, recorded a Group 1 double within 40 minutes when Mick Dittman steered Kinjate to victory in the Epsom Handicap.
700 metres out, Prince of Praise led over Black Rouge. Destroyer's Image followed closely on the fence by Silk Ali, and then Southern States followed by Cabora. Kinjate being scrubbed hard by Dittman as they near the turn. Sensory Rain is under pressure, and then Palatine followed by Skylock and Superimpose in front of about 3, but is now switched to the outside by Chris Muntz as they come over the rise. He's got some hope. Superimpose as they top the hill. Prince of Praise still in front. Here's Kinjate claiming him now, followed by Southern States, Palatine and Superimpose right down the outside. Kinjate hit the lead in the Epsom. Kinjate in front of Prince of Praise, followed by Palatine. Superimpose feeling the big weight, but Kinjate, he's been a bridesmaid, but he's home today. Kinjate wins the Epsom over Prince of Praise. Palatine third, 4th Superimpose, 5th is Southern States, and 6th is Century Rain. Then Mango's Lunch.
Kinjate raced with distinction throughout the season. the Epsom being the 4-year-old's most important win. Retired at the end of the season with 3 Group 1 victories to his credit, Kinjite joins his sire Centane at Thornton Park Stud in New Zealand.
Coming into this season, one of the most exciting prospects in Australia was the Lee Friedman-trained Naturalism. The 4-year-old opened his spring campaign in Sydney before winning the weight for age Memsey and Fian Stakes in Melbourne. In the Turnbull Stakes at Flemington, Naturalism continued on his winning way.
On the bend, 600 left to go. Ramyar the inside and Heroicity will turn in front of My Eagle Eye. In 4th placing is Naturalism and the all-white, poised to have a crack at the leaders, followed by My Brilliant Star, London Bridge, and then Valdano and Star of the Realm getting into the clear down the outside. 350 to go. Heroicity went to the lead. Marshall asked for Naturalism now and he winds up and at the 300 hit the front. It's Naturalism drawing away from Heroicity, then My Eagle Eye, London Bridge, and Star of the Realm is down the outside, but it's all Naturalism. He sprints away, he's put 4 lengths on them. London Bridge runs to second, but Naturalism, he scores in a breeze. Naturalism by 3 lengths to London Bridge, a photo third.
While Naturalism was winning at Flemington, his adversary from last autumn, Viandacross, showed that his spring campaign was progressing in the right direction with a stylish win at Hastings.
600 to go. Gatreef's the leader now by 2 lengths from Lord Majestic. Dancing Lord being urged along. Cavalier's next. Viandacross and Surfer's Paradise. Conan's in a bit of a spot, followed by Castletown and Wairau Times. They head for home now, and Lord Majestic's the leader from Gatrees. Here come the challengers from Viandacross and Surfer's Paradise, and Conan has got a split through for Greg Caird on the inside, might have got to the front. Here comes Viandacross with a big run. Conan, Viandacross, Lord Majestic, Castletown and Cavalieri. Surfer's Paradise has disappeared. Viandacross and Conan, they're the 2. Viandacross pulling out a bit more and he got there. Viandacross beat Conan and Castletown. Lord Majestic followed home then by Cavalieri.
First run in 1866, the Metropolitan is one of the oldest races on the Australian racing calendar. T.J. Smith has won the Stayers race on several occasions, but there's no doubt that the result of this season's race made T.J. a very proud man, and he didn't even train the winner.
Up tightly, 600 out as they near the turn. Sir Winston the leader. In second place, Tiakau Nick is now under plenty of pressure from Dittman, followed by Mango's Lunch and then Oppressor. Donegal Miss behind those from Garter King, and then Strapping and Beatside as they come over the rise. Tiakau Nick has raced up to grab Sir Winston as they top the hill, and they're well clear. They're 4 in front of Mango's Lunch, followed by Strapping, Donegal Mist, and then Garter King. Tiakau Nick and Sir Winston are 5 in front of Donegal Mist. Tiakau Nick on the outside and Neck in front. Sir Winston fighting on courageously. Nick Dittman shooting for the big double, drives Tiakau Nick to the line, and Tiakau Nick wins the Metropolitan. Sir Winston second. I think Beatside will get third, just in front of Tusk Hunter.
Tiakau Nick's Metropolitan win gave TJ's daughter Gay Waterhouse her first Group 1 training success. An honest and consistent performer, the 4-year-old son of Grosvenor finished his season with a win in the AJC St Leger. It's possible that Tiakau Nick could be the horse that gives Gay Waterhouse the honour of being the first woman to train a Melbourne Cup winner.
The spring of '92 in Melbourne will long be remembered as one of the wettest on record, and the situation proved to be a headache for trainers preparing their spring horses. On the first day of the VATC's carnival, 3 Group 1 races were decided on a heavy track.
500 left to go, and Marshall took the New Zealander Bundy Lad to the lead from Let Him Ride. Just One is next, and Palace Symphony still running on round the outside. Then Palace Rain, Ken Fair, Captive Edition, and Shoeshine Henry next, getting up on the rails. Round the turn, Let Him Ride, grabbed by Bundy Lad. Palace Symphony on the outside, joining in, followed by Palace Rain and Just One. It's Palace Symphony dashing to the lead, down towards the 200-metre mark from Bundy Lad. Palace Rain after Palace Symphony at the 200. It's Palace Symphony joined by Palace Rain. Palace Rain put his head in front, and they're well clear of Shoeshine Henry getting to third. It's Palace Rain on the outside, about a neck in front, pulling clear from Palace Symphony, and Palace Rain goes on to win it by a length to Palace Symphony. 4 lengths away third, Shoeshine Henry and O's Captive Edition.
The West Australian bred Palace Rain emulated his sire Beau Sovereign, who had won the Guineas 21 years previously. The $400,000 Classic was David Hayes and Michael Clark's first Group 1 winner of the season.
Persistent rain continued throughout Guineas Day. The weight for age Caulfield Stakes attracted several cup contenders, and the winner's effort had to be seen to be believed.
And last of all, and 5 lengths back is Castletown. Gathano took the lead from Dr. Grace, but Mannerism looked to be travelling very well on the outside. Then Ramyar, followed by Sub-Zero and Heroicity on the rail. Gathano at the 400 turned in front of Mannerism, led by about a length around the turn, and then Ramyar in the centre. Dr. Grace is next, dropping out of it, followed by Heroicity. Gathano on the inside. Mannerism swung wide. Ramyar between them. Down to the 200. Heroicity's running on okay. Mannerism took the lead at the 200 metre mark from Ramyar, fighting back. Mannerism racing about a bit. Ramyar's got a hit in front and Heroicity in the centre. It's Mannerism, and look at Castletown. He's swapping them. Castletown from last. Mannerism, Heroicity, but Castletown, what a run. Castletown has got up to win it on the outside from Heroicity. Ramyar.
Castletown's amazing win showed that the 6-year-old was on target for a third tilt at the Melbourne Cup. A winner of 3 3,200 metre Cup races, Castletown's win in the Caulfield Stakes was his 5th at Group 1 level.
As the condition of the track deteriorated, punters were finding it difficult to line up the form. One horse who relished the heavy going was Ready to Explode, who turned the Toorak handicap into a one-act affair.
They've gone past the 600. Jim's Mate joined on the inside by Ready to Explode, and they're 5 lengths in front now from Starring, running on with Just Tommy. Soho Square, hard ridden. Next, Mamselle Perdue, Prince Salieri, and then came Excited Angel, followed by Infallible, and then Citizen. On the turn and Ready to Explode, straightened up by 3 lengths into the straight from Jim's Mate beaten. Prince Salieri running on along the fence, and then Starring, Mamselle Perdue, Just Tommy squeezed for room, and Excited Angel out wide. But Ready to Explode has a huge lead. He's 5 lengths in front of Prince Salieri and Excited Angel. Ready to Explode. He's found form today. He's well clear and he's going to bolt in. Ready to Explode's won it by about 5 lengths on the post. Excited Angel. Third, Prince Salieri. Then Infallible, Dark Czar.
Carrying a light weight and enjoying the track conditions, Ready to Explode's easy win was his first at Group 1 level. Trained by John Marr, the 4-year-old is a son of Palace Music who stands at Sedgenhoe Stud in the Hunter Valley.
Since training his first winner at Canberra in 1979, Lee Friedman has come a long way. Today, Lee and his brothers are Australia's most successful training team. So it was with some pride that Lee returned to Canberra to saddle up the great Superimpose in this season's Cup.
But Superimpose has shot away from them now. Superimpose kicked well clear. Beach side is second, followed by Flagstaff down the outside, and the next one, Balance of Power. But the champion, Superimpose, is racing away. Look at Superimpose, ease down on the line, and Superimpose wins the Cup. Galilei second, close for third.
A crowd favourite wherever he goes, Superimpose received a great reception from the appreciative Canberra racegoers. The Friedman stable's good form continued on the second day of the VATC Carnival. Down from Sydney, Slight Chance started favourite in the 1,000 guineas, but it was Damien Oliver and Azuro who took the honours in the Fillies Classic.
They sweep up towards the turn, and Love Comes to Town, a dash to the lead from Burst. Dropping out of it, Big Jamaica running on Azuro, followed by Reva Diva, Sparky Miss Doe, Keep Out, Tristalite. Skating has got lost when the sprint came, and Slight Chances well back. Into the straight, Love Comes to Town, about to be tackled by Azuro. Burst fighting back on the inside rail, clear of Doe Keep, and then Reva Diva. Azuro raced up to Love Comes to Town, 200 left to go, clear of Burst. Azuro and Love Comes to Town. Azuro's going home the better, the Melbourne filly drawing away from Love Comes to Town, and it's Azuro going on to win it by a length to Love Comes to Town. Burst is third. They were followed in by Doke.
Making it 7 wins from 10 starts, Azuro was too strong for the class field of fillies. From the first Southern Hemisphere crop of Bluebird, Azuro is the first Group 1 winner for her sire in this part of the world. The filly was a $21,000 purchase at the Abcos Healing Sales.
A special attraction on Guineas Day at Caulfield was the match race between Let's Elope and Better Loosen Up. Not since 1970, when Big Faloo beat Rain Lover at Flemington, had there been a 2-horse race on a metropolitan track. Carrying prize money of $75,000, the TAB Super Challenge was a promotional success.
Better Loosen Up, and she's put her head in front, and they're both, it's a real war before the turn, 500 to go. Let's Elope on the outside, getting a half length in front. He gives her a crack with a whip. Clark calling on the old warrior, back on the inside. Better Loosen Up down to the 300 metre mark. Let's Elope's drawn a half length in front. Better Loosen Up is trying to come back on the inside. Let's Elope's a neck in front at the 150 metre mark. Better Loosen Up trying with every stride, but the mare's got the edge near the line. Didman throws everything at her, and Let's Elope wins the challenge a length and a half.
Another winner from the match race was Victoria's School for Apprentice Jockeys. A donation of $10,000 from Let's Elope's senior part owner Dennis Marks will be used exclusively for the education and development of young jockeys. The $1 million Foster's Caulfield Cup was a controversial and memorable race. Viander Cross was in good shape for the first of his spring targets and started favourite with Shane Dye in the saddle. Lee Friedman had 5 runners in the Cup, which was run on a slow track.
Viander Cross, hard ridden, about 8 lengths from the leader out wide, and then came further back My Brilliant Star. Royal Magic going nowhere at the moment, and Star of the Realm is back second last as Gathano led to the turn. Equidity a length away, followed by Dark Czar Mannerism. Here comes Viander Cross. Viander Cross is coming with a great burst out wide. They sweep for home now. Gathano on the inside. Viander Cross has come very wide after him, and they were followed by Mannerism coming home well, and then came Equidity. It's Viander Cross out wide, Gathano near the inside, and Mannerism in the centre. Clear of Equidity. Viander Cross the outside has taken the lead in the Cup now from Mannerism, and then Gathano and Equidity. Viander Cross in front of Mannerism. Viander Cross answering the urgings of Shane Dye ahead in front. Mannerism coming at him. Viander Cross maybe a nose to Mannerism, who's booted right on the line and made it close. Equidity next from Sub-Zero, and then Gathano.
While controversy surrounded Shane Dye's ride on Viander Cross, nothing could be taken away from Mannerism's courageous win. The Caulfield Cup was the 5-year-old mare's 4th Group 1 success and took her stake earnings to $1.6 million. A nice return on the $16,000 connections paid for her at the 1989 Dalgety Yearling sale.
Melbourne's weather took a turn for the better in the week leading up to the Cox Plate. The Moonee Valley Racing Club had a warm, sunny day and a good track for their championship race. Run over 2,600 metres, the Group 2 Moonee Valley Cup attracted several Cup contenders.
Up towards the home turn. Fra takes the lead from NASA Rocket in the Cup now. They've kicked away. In third place, running on, Donegal Miss Cross Swords. Mountain Rule around the outside is finishing strongly. At the head of the others, Beachside. Quarterband can't go on. Norcan Cavalieri as they straighten up. Fra the leader. Tackled by NASA Rocket. Cross Swords the outside. Cross Swords on the outside. Donegal Miss the centre. Halfway down the running. Donegal Miss put his head in front of Cross Swords, and down the outside is Mountain Rule. Donegal Mist is the leader close to home from Cross Swords, and Fra battling on. Donegal Mist will win the Cup. Donegal Mist has won it from Cross Swords. Fra
Australia's champion sprinter Scalacci made his seasonal debut in the Moir Stakes, and the 4-year-old didn't disappoint his legion of fans.
450 out the leader, Barkara neck in front. Scalacci's bolted up to him second on the outside. A length and a half to Mutkar, followed further back by Solution the outside. 2 or 3 Sublimate, and then further back Umatilla. Oliver gave the favourite his head now, Scalacci, when they turned for home. He drew a half length in front now of Barkara, 3 further back Mutkar. But the big grey horse is going for the Minion, and he's got it. He's racing away. Scalacci races away to win by nearly 2 lengths. Mutkar got up to run second. A nose away third, Barkara.
On the strength of his 3 brilliant wins leading up to the Cox Plate, Naturalism started an odds-on favourite in Australasia's Weight for Age Classic. The quality of this season's field can be gauged by the fact that between them, the 14 starters had earned prize money exceeding $27 million. From a race full of drama and excitement, emerged a true legend of the Australian turf.
They stand to attention for the plate. They're off. And Superimposed missed it about a length and a half, and away brilliantly here Kinjate flying from the outside with Coronation Day. Slight chance going up in the centre. Naturalism behind them with Palace Rain, and here's the filly Burst down the outside. She's going forward down to the winning post the first time. Muirfield Village out wide. Let's Elope back in the centre as they steady with 1,700 to go, and Kinjate led out from Burst second. Coronation Day third inside. Slight chance fourth. The length Naturalism fifth on the inside. Outside at Palace Rain. Muirfield Village out 4 wide around Citizen. Let's Elope had to check there over on the inside. Mannerism from Prince Salieri. Then came Superimposed, 2 to better loosen up, and Rough Habit last of all. 1,400 to go on the plate, and Slight Chance took up the running. Slight Chance the leader now from Kinjate, who comes off the fence. They're followed by Burst and Coronation Day, the rail. Then Palace Rain 5th, Naturalism running 6th on the inside. Muirfield Village out 3 deep around Citizen. They're followed by Mannerism further back. Then Let's Alive out 3 deep around the outside of Prince Salieri. 2 to Superimpose, third last, second last, and the Cox Plate of the 1,000-metre mark now is Better Loosen Up. And Rough Habit, the Kiwi, last of all. Kinjite goes up to slight chance at the 900-metre mark, a length and a half first. Coronation Day getting a nice run, a half away, 4th on the rail. Then Palace Rain, Muirfield Village. Naturalism is locked away on the inside now as they start to make their run. The mare pulls to the outside, Let's Alive around Citizen. Mannerism went back to the fence. Old Superimpose peeling to the outside with Better Loosen Up. There's a fall! There's a fall in the Cox Plate. And Naturalism's lost the rider. Citizen is out of the race and so is Palace Rain. Rough Habit has been knocked out of it now. And as the race to the 500-metre mark now, and the leader here is Kinjite. Here comes Let's Elope. Let's Elope with a mighty run out wide, going up quickly now. Kinjite in the middle from Muirfield Village, followed by Superimpose. Let's Elope out wide as race to Kinjite. Slight chance fights back down the outside, Superimpose. Let's Elope in the middle, Prince Salieri getting a run. Better Loosen Up and Superimpose. Let's Elope in front, Superimpose driving. Super! I think Super a nose to Let's Elope on the Cox Plate. Third maybe Kinjite, the rail. Better Loosen Up behind them. They're followed by Slight Chance, Mannerism there.
Although the race was slightly marred by the 3-horse fall, which included the favourite Naturalism, stablemate Superimpose returned to a hero's welcome. The 8-year-old's first Group 1 success in Melbourne was also the 8th of his outstanding career. With his victory in the Cox Plate, Super lifted his career earnings to $5.6 million and became Australasia's highest ever stakes winner. The drama continued after the race as Simon Marshall, the rider of Better Loosen Up, protested successfully against the runner-up Let's Elope.
There are a few hard luck stories in what was an action-packed Cox Plate. However, all honours went to Superimpose, a great champion. Melbourne's wet weather returned for Derby Day at Flemington, where the 1,000 guineas runner-up Love Comes to Town went one better in the Wakeful Stakes.
On the turn, about 500 left to go now, and here it's skating being joined by Pompey Lady, and Azuro is right there ready to challenge, followed by Becker under pressure, and Love Comes to Town is weaving through, got to about 5th with 400 to go. It's Azuro taking the lead from skating now, and Love Comes to Town is in the clear and challenging immediately. Azuro in front with Love Comes to Town up level with her now, and Love Comes to Town took the lead. Burst is in the clear, 2.5 lengths away, but Love Comes to Town is bolted clear now with the 100 metres to go, racing away from Azuro, and then Burst from Tempest Command. But Love Comes to Town is going to win the Wakeful brilliantly. Love Comes to Town by more than 3 lengths. A photo of the minors, Tempest Command or Azuro from Burst.
For young South Australian trainer Gavin Kelly, the 1992 Victoria Derby will remain a career highlight for many years to come. Gavin prepares Redding, who broke his maiden status in the Blue Ribbon Classic.
800 left to go in the Derby now. He's Classic just in front of Shoeshine Henry the outside. McBrave on the fence. A length and a half to Just One. Coronation Day coming into it around Sovereign Dan. They were followed further back in the field then by Muirfield Village, and on the outside Raising Kentucky when they turn for home. And Kenny's Best Pal is the widest runner, and Redding's come into it as well. On the turn, He's Classic took the lead from McBrave, Shoeshine Henry, Just One. Then our Pompey squeezing up on the inside, and here's Raising Kentucky with Redding and Muirfield Village running on. Raising Kentucky hit the lead from on the outside. Redding and Muirfield Village further back is Check That Style. Redding in front below the 200 metre mark now. Redding kicked away a length and a half in front of Muirfield Village, followed by Raising Kentucky, and now Pompey. It's Redding clear, and a maiden's going to win the Derby again. Redding goes on to score by a length and a half to Muirfield Village. A half a head away third, Raising Kentucky from our Pompey.
Damien Oliver was seen at his best in the Derby, his 4th Group 1 success of the season. Redding, who is the son of Nasipur, sprinted quickly in the latter stages of the race and certainly has the potential to develop into a Cups horse. Redding returned in the autumn and was on target for the AJC Derby before being sidelined through injury.
The track was downgraded from dead to slow after the Derby, in which Bart Cummings prepared the 2nd and 3rd horses. However, his luck changed in the Gadsden Stakes, which is run down the straight 6.
And as they come down towards the 500-metre mark, T-Habit is under a lot of pressure a long way back, and Ghost Story is eased to the centre of the course now. They've got 400 to go, and Unspoken Word after Barcara. 2 lengths to Tangent Prince, Sonic Express. Mr. Q badly checked, and then King Marauding and Friends Venture. Ghost Story is coming down the centre of the track now. They've got to the 200-metre mark here, and dashing to the lead, Unspoken Word from Barcara. Tangent Prince and Ghost Story is out wide with long strides, but it's Tangent Prince and Unspoken Word. Unspoken Word fighting on strongly. Unspoken Word's going to win it. Unspoken Word from Tangent Prince. Ghost Story's run third. Barrier beat him.
It was yet another good training effort by Cummings to produce Unspoken Word a first-up winner in such a tough race. The 5-year-old responded strongly to apprentice David Taggart's riding to give the young jockey his first Group 1 success.
Let's Alepe's Melbourne Cup preparation took another backward step when track conditions worsened and Cummings scratched the mare from the McKinnon Stakes. However, the race did confirm one thing. Viander Cross is a very talented racehorse.
Further back in the field, round the outside is Royal Magic. Viander Cross only about 3 lengths from the leader now. Going through between horses from Star of the Realm, Castletown wide. Then came Better Loosen Up, well back turning for home from Rough Habit. Sub-Zero was last in a bunched field. Captain Cook claimed at the top of the straight by Dr. Grace, Prince Salieri. Heroicity wider out. Viander Cross is angling for a run on the inside. He's trying to get a run through as Heroicity's coming with a good run on the outside, and then Rough Habit. They've got towards the 250-metre mark. Prince Salieri, Heroicity in front. Down the outside now is Rough Habit coming with a run, and then Viander Cross. It's Rough Habit racing up now. Rough Habit has hit the front of the last 100 metres. Viander Cross is dashing through. Viander Cross has grabbed the lead, and Viander Cross, fantastic win, beats Rough Habit. Third Equidity just in front of Heroicity.
Viander Cross justified his position as the Melbourne Cup favourite with a great win over stablemate Rough Habit. The McKinnon Stakes was Shane Dye's first Group 1 success of the season. The 1992 Foster's Melbourne Cup attracted a class field, which included the champions Better Loosen Up and Superimpose. Unfortunately, bad weather spoilt their chances, and when the track was downgraded to slow, stewards gave Bart Cummings permission to scratch Let's Alone. The mare's withdrawal was followed by that of My Eagle Eye and Cross Swords. However, there was one man happy to see the rain, as with every drop that fell, his chances of winning Australia's most famous race were increasing. As the field is about to leave the barrier, Lee Freedman is just a few minutes away from creating racing history.
There's the light. They're racing. They're off. And down on the inside, one of the first out, Star of the Realm, away quickly, Better Loosen Up, came out running near the inside. Heroicity began fast and tucking in behind them. Viander Cross further out in the track now is Equidity with Tiakau Nick and Sub-Zero, Brave Expectations, Ali Boy, Dr. Grace, and Sky Flyer is the widest runner. In the driving rain down the straight the first time, and Sir Winston has gone through nearer the inside to lead the field. Better Loosen Up is up close today over on the inside of Heroicity, further out Equidity and Ali Boy. Sky Flyer about 5 out going forward from Donegal Mist. Dr. Grace out very wide on the track. Sub-Zero behind them with Donegal Mist. Star of the Realm, London Bridge, Tiakau Nick. Viander crosses midfield on the inside of Sub-Zero. Then came Superimpose, followed by Big Baron. Brave Expectations, followed by Maharaja. Further back, Cavalieri, Castletown, the inside from Valdano. And Mr. Eurostar is last of all. They go by the cross. Valdano out 3 deep. They're followed by Cavalieri as they start to bunch up in the cup. Further back, Superimpose, Big Baron, 2 lengths to Castletown, well back in the field with Brave Expectations and Mr. Eurostar. 1,000 to go in the cup. Sir Winston 1.5 lengths in front. Second, Sky Flyer. Equidity's had a nice run over on the inside third. They're followed further back by Dr. Grace. Better Loosen Up is over on the inside of the 850-metre mark. He lost a bit of ground around the outside of him, Ali Boy. Where's Viander Cross? Oh, he's still locked away badly on the inside. Sub-Zero's pulled out wide. He's making a run. Valdano and Cavalieri off the track are coming with runs now, and further back Big Baron about third last when they turn. Sir Winston first for home in the Melbourne Cup, 1.5 lengths, kicked away 2 in front of Equidity. Then Better Loosen Up, followed by Cavalieri. Valdano tried to push his way clear, and here's Sub-Zero down the outside, and Castletown with a run. Sub-Zero might be the one. He's raced up to Sir Winston from Cavalieri, Castletown, and then Viander Cross getting out late from Ali Boy. Greg Hall has raced to the front on Sub-Zero. He goes for home in the cup, and he might have a run. He's 3 in front. Viander Cross, Castletown trying hard, but it's the Grace Cup. Sub-Zero holding Viander Cross at bay, and Sub-Zero wins the Melbourne Cup by 2 lengths. Second, Viander Cross 1.5 lengths away. Third, Castletown, a gap into Mr. Eurostar. Fourth, a long gap further back, Cavalieri, Big Baron, and then Sir Winston, London Bridge, Star of the Realm. Then Ali Boy, further back in the field came Equidity, followed by Valdano.
Ridden to perfection by Greg Hall, Sub-Zero outstayed his rivals for a memorable Cup victory. The 4-year-old gave Lee Friedman the distinction of being the first trainer to win the Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup with 3 different horses. It's been well documented that Lee is capably assisted by his brothers, and the Melbourne Cup was a triumph for them all. Sub-Zero is the first Group 1 winner sired by Carla Dancer, who stands at Wakefield Start.
During the carnival, Shane Dye had received his fair share of criticism, but with a great front-running ride on the VRC Oaks, he showed that it hadn't affected his confidence.
They turn for home, 500 to go, slight chances first into the straight from Mahaya, Goog's Dream. They were followed wider out by Azuro, and back behind them then Kingston Spirit. Love Comes to Town is under pressure. They've come to the 300 metre mark, and it's Mahaya and slight chance in front of Yodelay and Goog's Dream. Wide out Burst is coming with a run now, and Love Comes to Town battling on. Slight chances fighting on well. Slight chance in front of Mahaya, Yodelay. Wide out is Burst. It's slight chance though in front. Slight chance is holding them at bay, and slight chance wings the Oaks. Slight chance, I think, from Mahaya second, and Burst perhaps third from Yodelay.
After going to the lead 1,600 metres from home, Shane Dye judged the pace to perfection. The VRC Oaks was the second Group 1 success of the season for Slight Chance. On the final day of the VRC's 4-day meeting, Naturalism continued his Japan Cup campaign. In the Graysmith Stakes over 2,000 metres, the 4-year-old carried 63 kilos and came through with flying colours.
They're into the straight now, 500 left to go. Silk Arlie took the lead from Ahura at best. Naturalism on the outside of these. And then Kaveri getting up along the inside. They come towards the 300. Silk Arlie in front of Ahura. 2 lengths back then. Naturalism. Dittman asking him to go now with the big weight, but Silk Arlie out in front at the 200. Silk Arlie in front. He's hit the pull whip on Naturalism, trying very hard. It's still Silk Arlie about a length in front. Naturalism is answering the urgings of Dittman. Naturalism with a big weight. He's raced. He's put his nose in front. Silk Arlie kicks Naturalism a nose, Silk Arlie.
As the weather improved and the track dried out, some of the better class horses found their true form. In the Honda Stakes, the evergreen sprinter miler Planet Ruler put paid to his rivals with his customary finishing sprint.
Into the straight, Prince of Praise at the 500, tackled by Solvit on the outside. Soho Square running into it from Big Dreams, and they were trailed then by Ready to Explode. Vows is next down the outsiders, Take the Road. It's Prince of Praise at the 300 and Solvit coming at them. Soho Square on the outside from Take the Road. Then came Dan Jiki, 3 in line at the 200 metre mark, and taking the lead, Soho Square from Solvit. Prince of Praise, here's Vows finishing well now, and down the outsiders, Planet Ruler. Soho Square in front, Planet Ruler's flashing home, and the old fella Planet Ruler's won it. Planet Ruler out wide from Soho Square, and Bows in a photo for the Miners.
The 8-year-old Planet Ruler has been a marvellous campaigner in each of his 7 seasons of racing. The Honda Stakes was the 5th Group 1 success of his career.
The first of 20 Group 1 races from New Zealand on this edition of the Racing Year was won by the father-son combination of Dave and Lance O'Sullivan.
Over on the outside of that, runners they head round the turn with Shirazelle. Namui's pretty well back, and Lance O'Sullivan trying to ride it now to get somewhere close to them. And wider out on the track, Kingdom Dawn. They were followed a bit further back in the running then by Paris. Charm well back as Queens to Score. And Star of Tudor, they're in the straight, less than 400 left. Davishki in front, but going to it is Freedom of Scope. The outside, here comes Clear Cut and Rhythm. Down the outside, where's the favourite Namui? He's got a mile of ground to make up. At the moment, Clear Cut dash to the front, 180 metres to go from Rhythm. Here comes the favourite, Namui. What a finish, it's putting in down the outside. Clear Cut in front, but Namui's mowing them down. What a performance from this filly. Namui won it by 2 lengths going away. Clear Cut, Rhythm.
It certainly was a fantastic performance by Nimue. 5 days later, the O'Sullivans completed the Guineas double.
They race up towards the turn now, and Mr. Richfield rushes around the outside of Latham Bay as they swing for home. It's Mr. Richfield in front. He's out by a length from Latham Bay. They're 3 lengths in front. Here comes Hula Strike now. Lance O'Sullivan calling upon the favourite Colt to come after them, but Mr. Richfield skipped the cutter. He's out by 2 lengths now. Hula Strike being asked to being pushed out wider on the track to make his run. He's coming strongly. Mr. Richfield's under a strong bat on the inside, and Hula Strike's gathering in there well clear of the rest. Hula Strike, Mr. Richfield trying to fight him off, but Hula Strike's too good. He wins it well from Mr. Richfield. There's 6 or 7 lengths back to Rhythm, gets home for 3rd. Domingo 4th.
Hula Strike is a son of leading New Zealand-based sire Straight Strike. Later in the season, the colt was purchased by Robert Sangster and Colin Hayes and transferred to Lindsay Park. Hula Strike is from the family that produced Hula Chief and Hula Drum, who were both Group 1 winners in Australia.
Nimue and Hewler Strike clashed at their next appearance, the Bayer Classic over 1,600 metres. Lance O'Sullivan preferred to ride the filly, who vindicated his choice with an easy win.
When Captive Edition will swing the corner first. Sir Willie Montague away from the fence to come out after him. Wider out Kaya Lee. Clear cut behind them. Here's Hula Strike and Nimue both to the outside. It's Captive Edition in front. From Sir Willie Montague, Nimue and Hula Strike. State King the inside, but they haven't got Captive Edition. Here's Nimue. Nimue going after Captive Edition. She's grabbed him. She is brilliant. Nimue. And Nimue has beaten Captive Edition.
Regarded as the best filly seen in New Zealand for several years, Nimue is a daughter of Star Way. She is the second Group 1 performer produced by the Sir Tristram mare Eustace. The Victorian Racing Calendar, published monthly and carrying vital information to the racing professional. This is a proven advertising success. It gets results because it goes directly to, and most importantly, is read by your target market. For all advertising inquiries, contact Julian Sullivan on 03 863 7333.
The Western Australian Summer Carnival also starts in November, and the first of their Group 1 races is the Diabetes Stakes, a race formerly known as the Winfield Stakes. Better Loosen Up made the trip to Ascot in search of his first win on the comeback trail.
And Better Loosen Up forced out wide going forward from Yilganji Gold, Jungle Comedy and Double Dignity around the bend at the 300, and Lincoln's caught the leader. Here's Red Javelin, wider Better Loosen Up, then came Jungle Comedy. Red Javelin shot clear, Better Loosen Up the outside, Jungle Comedy the inside, Red Javelin the leader. A great ride by Albuino and the Perth Cup favourite Red Javelin by a length and a half. Jungle Comedy.
Outstanding Perth stayer Red Javelin confirmed his favouritism for the Perth Cup with an impressive win. The 6-year-old was ridden by leading Perth jockey Ian Albuino.
Representing Oceania, Let's-Elope and Naturalism were given strong winning chances in the 1992 Japan Cup. Carrying prize money of $4.5 million, the Japan Cup is the richest race run on grass in the world and once again attracted a top-class international field.
Dr. Davey is struggling. They're followed further back by under the whip at the head of the others, Naturalism, who's going back to the inside and starting to come home well as they come down with 300 metres to go. Naturalism got up on the inside. Torquay Takeo out wider on the track and swept up to it. Naturalism the inside, 200 out. Torquay Takeo followed by Yanaman Global. Torquay Takeo and Naturalism, 100 to go. Torquay Takeo and Naturalism, Torquay Takeo stride for stride from there. Dr. Torquay Takeo and Torquay Takeo has won the cup ahead on the post of Naturalism.
Naturalism's gallant run later gained more merit when it was revealed that he had carried a minor heel injury into the race. Unfortunately for the connections of Let's-Elope, the mare bled during the Japan Cup and received an automatic ban of 3 months. Back in New Zealand, lady jockey Jenny Vance made every poster winner in the Avondale Cup.
As they make the bend, 450 out in the Radio Pacific Avondale Cup, and Bayo Wolf slipped away 2 or 3 lengths now on Gold Fever. They're followed by Lord Majestic, then Chatty Hawk and Ultimate Aim further back to Sea Mist and Dancing Lord. Bayo Wolf inside the 250 from Gold Fever. They're followed Lord Majestic, Ultimate Aim and Commander Chauvel and Chatty Hawk. Bayo Wolf in front of the cup from Gold Fever, 120 out, Ultimate Aim, Commander Chauvel. Bayo Wolf's in front for Jenny Vance over on the outside, Gold Fever, Commander Chauvel, but it's Bayo Wolf. Bayo Wolf scored, 2.5, Commander Chauvel second, about 3/4, Gold Fever third.
With more than 300 winners to her credit in Sweden, Jenny Vance is an accomplished jockey as her front-running ride on Beowulf displayed. The 4-year-old is by Northerly Native, a son of Nijinsky.
The premier race for 2-year-olds in Western Australia is the Karrakatta Plate, run over 1,200 metres. Invariably it's won by a smart youngster, and this season was no exception.
At the 300 metres and Street Ballet first for Homer, a 1.5 from Star and the Bell challenging quickly from Flying Fronda, then Dynamic Bow, Key Business getting clear, followed by the Confider Zabanella and Lady Icon. Star and the Bell in front at the 100 from Dynamic Bow is coming at it, and down the outside is the Daring Hombre. It's still Dynamic Bow in front. Daring Hombre is flying, but Dynamic Bow has won it from Daring Hombre.
Dynamic Bow justified a $3,000 late entry fee with a narrow win in the Karrakatta Plate. The colt sire Dynamo is a son of champion sire Sir Tristram.
Carrying prize money of $250,000, the BMW Australian Derby is run on Boxing Day. The race attracted a good field, including interstate visitor Dance the Day Away.
Zarandi has again gone to the lead. Beaujolais Boy to second, followed by Atlafina. Then Classy Dresser Medium is followed by Field Officer. Rantabe over on the inside was followed by Prime again. Lady Suffolk Dance the Day Away going 7 and 8 deep around the bend. From Anniversary Model and Jevrisa. In the straight they race and Beaujolais Boys hit the lead. From Field Officer, Classy Dresser. Wide out Dance the Day Away from Prime again. Field Officer at the 100 has got to the lead. Here comes Dance the Day Away. Field Officer from Dance the Day Away. And Beaujolais Boy. But Dance the Day Away goes home to win. A long neck on the line from Field Officer. 4 lengths to Beaujolais Boy.
Dance the Day Away is by Seattle Dancer, a half-brother to the US Triple Crown winner Seattle Slew. Conceived in Kentucky, Dance the Day Away was imported to Australia by Sedgenho Stud. Trainer Gerald Ryan has a good opinion of this 3-year-old and elected to bypass the autumn carnivals with a view to the spring of 1993.
The Group 1 Railway Stakes is one of the most competitive 1600-metre races of the season, and this year's running provided an exciting finish. On the strength of his win in the Honda Stakes, the David Hayes-trained Planet Ruler started favourite.
Then Val's Pago Escort, Planet Ruler, Dynamo, and last was Quell up into the straight. 350 to go with Uganji Gold. First around the corner by 1 from Welcome Night. Craft Memory to the outside from Double Dignity. They're followed by Colonial Spirit and Barossa Boy. 100 to go now. Welcome Night has joined Uganji Gold. Craft Memory, Double Dignity. It's Welcome Night and Double Dignity. Flying home is Colonial Spirit. But Welcome Night has won it. As Proto for second and third.
Trained by Ross Price, Welcome Night is the best performed son of the former good sprinter Always Welcome. The 6-year-old was ridden by Troy Jackman, who enjoyed further Group 1 success later in the season after moving to Victoria.
Runner-up in the 1992 Perth Cup, Red Javelin started a warm favourite to go one better this season. The 3,200-metre race attracted a strong field, including the BMW Australian Derby winner and runner-up. The David Hayes-trained Corcher Band set a cracking pace.
And Corchaban still leads by 5. Red Javelin, however, is going to second. From Beat Faloo, Field Officer. 2 to Dance the Day Away. Then Zimmergy, followed by Polyphony, Rare Brave. Mirror Magic, Morven Warrior, Mr. Raku. On the bend, 350 to go. And Red Javelin moves up to go to the lead around the corner. Red Javelin heads Corchaban. Field Officer's coming quickly. Well back to Beat Faloo, Polyphony, and Dance the Day Away. But Field Officer, 130 to go, has got the cup parcelled up. Field Officer race 3 clear. Red Javelin, Corchaban, Polyphony coming home, but Field Officer wins the cup by 4.5 lengths from Red Javelin.
Field Officer became the first 3-year-old since Dayata in 1972 to win Western Australia's premier staying race. Ridden by apprentice Peter Nucky, the 3-year-old belied his pedigree with a strong win. His sire, Old Spice, is a grandson of Star Kingdom.
Also run on Boxing Day is the New Zealand Derby at Ellerslie. Promising 3-year-old, the Phantom Chance, had made his racing debut in October, and in the Classic, he was going for his 6th successive win.
Into the straight, 400 to go, and Shrewd Operator slipped away, but coming out it all in fun, and here's the Phantom Chance after them, 3 wide. Cup of Edition coming into it too. The Phantom Chance has got the lead. Cup of Edition is fighting strong on the outside. Naval Captain starting to run on. Cup of Edition coming back at the Phantom Chance. The Phantom Chance and Cup of Edition down to a nice old go. The Phantom Chance, the inside. Cup of Edition might have got his nose in front. He has, and coming back at him, the Phantom Chance. There's nothing. Its nose is almost dead heat. I don't care. The Phantom Chance thinks he's got it on the inside parts. The outside was Cup of Edition, possibly noses that point.
In a punishing finish, the Phantom Chance gained a narrow win in track record time. For prominent Auckland trainer Colin Gillings, it was the 5th occasion he's prepared the winner of this Classic. The Phantom Chance is a brother to the Phantom, the talented but injury-prone Group 1 winner who is once again on the comeback trail.
New Zealand's richest race is the Auckland Cup, run on New Year's Day. Now, don't be surprised if you see this season's Cup winner in the next Melbourne Cup with a big chance.
They're followed back then Conifer Bay, then followed by Tough Enough. Mercator's second last, so too Castletown and Ligero are second last on the inside. They head in 450 to go. Beowulf the one to catch. Prince Hayes Johnson's going after him. No, Bodo on the inside next. Then Cautious Cluton. They get down 300 metres to go. Winding up out wide Maud Rail. At the 300 metres though, Prince Hayes got the lead from Beowulf. Runs by Ultimate Aim and Bodo and Maud Rail out wide. Prince Hayes in front though. A length and a half in clear of Beowulf. Bodo's fighting back and out wider. Ultimate Aim. Prince Hayes in front. Prince Hayes from Bodo, and here's Ligero scorching home, but nothing in it. I don't know. You can dead heat this one.
Lance O'Sullivan and Ligero survived the protest to give trainer Jack Giorgetti his biggest success in racing. Ligero is the son of the disappointing sire Lanfranco, who now stands at start in Ireland.
Run on the same day as the Auckland Cup is one of New Zealand's premier sprint races, the Railway Handicap.
2.5 to Hypervane, then Javelin. They come to a race into the turn, 450 to go, then followed by next Vain Sovereign. They turn for home. Romany Conti came off the rail. All Strike still last into the straight, 300 to go. Ali Fiesta kicked away. Lord Trident coming after it. Suncatcher. Hypervane's looking room desperately, getting out now for Percy Peak at the 200, and Hypervane dashes up now to Lord Trident. Out wide at Javelin, starting to storm home. There's Hula Strike late on the scene. He might do it again, Lance. No, he won't. Hypervane in charge on the inside. Lord Trident. Hula Strike late. He's too late this time, and Hypervane got the money. Second, Lord Trident, then Hula Strike, then Javelin.
Coming from midfield, rejuvenated sprinter Hypervane produced a brilliant burst of speed to win in fast time. The 7-year-old gave jockey David Peake and trainer Charlie Faulkner their only Group 1 winner of the season.
Previously run at the Auckland Racing Club's Easter meeting, the TV New Zealand Stakes has a new identity, now known as the Bluebird Foods Classic. The Group 1 weight for age race has run over 2,000 metres.
And then Mr. Tet, Surface Paradise, the bolter, and he's away by 8 to 10 lengths. Jimmy trying to control him. Second place is On the Beach. Sunrace is starting to work round now. They might even have to still go. In now Pearlia Bay in third spot on the inside, then followed Gaytrice as they come towards the turn. I don't think he can last though. Surface Paradise, he's away by 4. They're closing very quickly now On the Beach and Pearlia Bay. Sunrace are under the whip on the turn from Gaytrice. Starting to get going from Mr. Tet. Surface Paradise in charge. Jimmy had a look over his shoulder. They're about 2 away. Jimmy, here comes On the Beach. Now Pearlia Bay threading its way through. Starring's going to be a danger. Forget Sunracer at the 200 metres. On the Beach got the lead now. Here's Starring coming at it. Pearlia Bay with the lightweight coming between the two. Starring, Pearlia Bay On the Beach. Starring, Pearlia Bay. Starring still holding Pearlia Bay. Starring just in front for Harris going to the post. Starring just beat Pearlia Bay. Third was On the Beach. Then Gaytrice.
Last season's New Zealand Oaks winner Starring got up in the last few strides to win the second Group 1 race of her career. The mare is prepared by Woodville trainer Murray Baker.
Leading up to the New Zealand Oaks, the O'Sullivan's glamour filly Nimue had been beaten by stablemate Frenetic in a Group 3 race at Ellerslie. With Nimue being aimed at the AJC Oaks, Frenetic was the most favoured of the 3 fillies saddled up by the O'Sullivans in the New Zealand Oaks. However, Frenetic's bad barrier manners resulted in the Oaks field jumping away without her.
So running up to the turn in the Oaks with about 550 metres to go. And Miltag deep on the track to Bright, who's going with it. Now we've got Pearlia Bay out in the centre, Slanchivar. Great vintage. Lady Agnes from a long way back is now starting to sprint. Miltag inclined to bore over to the rail, leads now from on the outside of it, Slanchivar. Lady Agnes out wider. Back and behind them, Village Dancers running home strongly. Miltag's in front from Slanchivar. Then we've got Village Dancer late. The O'Sullivans are going to get another one, and here it is. Miltag. Miltag has won at Village Dancer.
The O'Sullivan training team continued their plundering of New Zealand's classic races by winning the Oaks for the first time. Unable to attract a bid when offered for sale as a yearling, Miltag is the third individual Group 1 winner for her sire McGinty.
The second day of the Wellington Racing Club's Summer Carnival sees the running of the Telegraph Handicap. Since the early 70s, horses have been running record times at Trentham, and this year was no exception.
Towards the course proper. Now back and behind them, Romany Conti, Vain Sovereign, Plume is back there as well as to True Echo. The field for the Telegraph to the 350 metres and Victory Dias. Just in front of Running John, Lord Trident to the outsides coming home stoutly. I'm Jenny and Rough Harbour back behind them, Hypervane. It's Victory Dias a length in front of Running John, Lord Trident, Javelin to the outside late with I'm Jenny the inside, but the late entry, well worth it. Victory Dias too good as...
Running the sensational time of 1:06.59, Victory Dias clocked in with a race, track, national and world record. for 1,200 metres. And that was after starting from a wide barrier and leading throughout. Coincidentally, the previous world record for 1,200 metres was also set at Trentham back in 1985.
The good stayer Castletown had won the previous 2 runnings of the Wellington Cup, and the 6-year-old lined up again this year, attempting to make it 3 in a row.
Castletown's the tail ender as they swing the corner for the Cup of 93. 500 metres out and Beowulf from Tall Emperor over on the outside. Dancing Lord's chiming in out wide has hit the front of the Cup. Dancing Lord at the 300 metres to Tall Emperor. Then Lord Majestic, Beowulf. Ebury from a long way back is now starting to run on. Castletown's too far away. It's Dancing Lord with 150 metres to go. Tall Emperor's a length back on him and Ebury's flashing home out wider. Dancing Lord in front of the Cup from Ebury trying to reach it. But Dancing Lord and Leanne Isherwood claim the Cup of 93.
20-year-old Leanne Isherwood became the first female rider to win the Wellington Cup when Dancing Lord scored an upset win. The winner's sire is a son of the champion sire Nijinsky.
One of the rising stars on the New Zealand racing scene is Calm Harbour. A winner of 6 races from 7 starts, the 4-year-old was having his first test at Group 1 level in the Thornton Mile.
Full charge on the outside of Calm Harbour. Full charge has hit the front now. Calm Harbour's giving on the inside though. Then we've got Moiray Romany Conti from a fair way back. O'Sullivan asked Calm Harbour. He dug in deep and found plenty. Calm Harbour with 150 metres to go. 2 lengths Romany Conti, Moiray. He is a doozy. Calm Harbour nearly 3 lengths Romany Conti. 2.5.
Well, Lance O'Sullivan's 5th Group 1 success of the season was achieved very comfortably. We'll see more of Calm Harbour in action later in the program. The brilliant Scalacci returned to racing in mid-January with a win in the Rubiton Stakes. In doing so, the 4-year-old broke the Australian record for 1,000 metres.
King Marauding a length in front of Tangent Prince. Now Scalacci the grey being called on by Oliver on the outside as they go to the 300 metre mark. Tangent Prince goes with him. Scalacci, Tangent Prince get to the front from King Marauding. Tangent Prince in front, Scalacci under pressure. Tangent Prince a neck in front of King Marauding. Scalacci on the outside, lunging near the line. The grey puts a big bound in and gets up. Yes, Scalacci on the post.
Scalacci had his next start in the Group 1 William Reid Stakes at Moonee Valley.
Scalacci under some pressure at the 400 metre mark. Tangent Prince, Jack Pill together. A length further back, Scalacci. He's throwing everything at it now. Oliver there followed by Spanish Mix and further back King Marauding. Razor Rhythm pull to the outside. Tangent Prince travelling well. Put his head in front of Jack Pill when they turn. A length further back, Scalacci from Spanish Mix. Tangent Prince in front. Scalacci not getting there at the moment. Down the outside, Razor Rhythm with a late run. Scalacci after Tangent Prince getting a run through Spanish Mix, who drives through Spanish Mix. Spanish Mix, I think, has got through to win from either Tangent Prince and Scalacci, and a great go.
Spanish Mix caused an upset in the William Reid to record her most important career success. The 4-year-old mare is by the Nijinsky stallion Esperanto from the Sovereign Edition mare Super Glen.
Lee Freeman and Damien Oliver were soon back in the Group 1 winners' circle when Durbridge won the CF4 Stakes, a race promoted to Group 1 status this season.
Minyama by 3 lengths Apari, Quegent ridden along third and 2 lengths to Durbridge, 2 lengths Jolly Old Mac, Corndale, they're off the bit, back behind them Planet Ruler, Sub-Zero and Star of the Realm last 12 from the leader when they balance for home, 300 out and Minyama still 3 in front of Zapari, Durbridge winding up and then Jolly Old Mac followed by Corndale, Minyama 200 out, 2 lengths to Durbridge, Jolly Old Mac, Corndale and then Zapari, it's Durbridge racing up to Minyama, it's Durbridge taking the lead now and then Jolly Old Mac, Durbridge in front of Jolly Old Mac and Corndale, and Durbridge is going to win it by a length. Jolly Old Mac is second, Corndale got up for third.
Having his second start for the Freedman stable, the 1991 AJC Derby winner produced a good turn of foot over the concluding stages. The 5-year-old has had a checkered career since winning the Derby, including a 3-month ban for bleeding.
Since returning to racing in the autumn of 1992, Better Loosen Up's comeback had been plagued by a series of frustrating events for trainer David Hayes. In his opinion, only bad luck in running had prevented the 7-year-old from winning the Cox Plate. In early February, the champ produced a first-up run at Morfordville that convinced Hayes that Better Loosen Up was close to a win.
Next was Better Loosen Up around Transplant Ladden, 5 to Hot Arch. On the swing, 400 out. Spondula from Fabiano's Girl. Wilson has eased Redelver off their heels, moves up 3 deep. Valkanite was next. Down the outside, Colebrook is running a bit of a race and then kicks. It's Fabiano's Girl at the 200. She's holding this big, powerful chestnut, Redelver. Colebrook is now coming out very wide on the track. And look at Better Loosen Up rocket home. And Hot Arch is coming with him. Better Loosen Up and Hot Arch, they go to the line. Hot Arch! Hot Arch has won. Better Loosen Up has run one of the best races of his career.
Less than a week later, Better Loosen Up injured a tendon in a track gallop and his retirement was immediately announced. A winner of $4.7 million in stakes and 8 Group 1 races, including the Japan Cup, Better Loosen Up will spend his retirement at Lindsay Park. Coincidentally, the mighty Superimpose was retired a few days later. With career earnings of $5.6 million, Super retired as Australia's greatest stakes-winning thoroughbred. The 8-year-old created racing history by winning 4 feature-mile races at Randwick and put the seal on his outstanding career with a popular victory in Australasia's greatest weight-for-age race, the Cox Plate. February also marked the departure of Let's Elope to America, where the mare will continue her career. Horse of the year in season 91-92, Let's Elope was reported as a first-time bleeder after finishing midfield in the Japan Cup. The move to America was prompted by the threat of a lifetime ban were she to bleed again while racing in Australia. As a winner of the 91 Caulfield and Melbourne Cups, Let's Elope takes her place in racing history as one of the best mares we've seen.
Now, if you're a fan of Superimpose or Better Loosen Up, and let's face it, who's not, there's no doubt you'll enjoy the Raceplay production. Super, better, best.
It's different here, where it all begins. Here, there is peace, a freedom far removed from the racetrack. This is where the turf, by nature and through it, inspires its dreamers to dream big dreams. Down the track, when every split second and every stride counts, the gentle whispers will be replaced by wild roars. The red gums and ironbarks by packed grandstands. And the sweet clover by grasses designed not for eating, but scorching. In Australia, by demand, high fashion and hunger, thoroughbreds chase the quick buck. Just over the hill, 2-year-old racers carry world record millions in prize money, the winners of which dash off to stud almost as quickly as they dashed in. But the less fashionable take another road, not over any hill, but over mountains. Here treads racing's gladiator. He belongs not to royalty, but to the people. He is more about grit than grace, bludgeon than ballet. For him, there is the duel, and there is the dance.
Better loosen up on the outside, going home, better loosen up, takes the Cox Plate.
Superimpose, he's come through between horses, he's going to do it. It's history at Randwick.
Better loosen up and Superimpose, Let's Elope in front, Superimpose driving, Super. He's Better Loosen Up and out, Better Loosen Up in the middle, Spoonie set in front, Better Loosen Up has won for Australia.
Better Loosen Up and Superimpose went down the hard road. From inauspicious beginnings, they campaigned year in, year out to become the highest stakes earners in Australian turf history. Together, they totaled a $10 million fortune. They wore away at greatness taking their young trainers along for the ride. This is their story. It's not about two out-and-out champions who had it all their own way. It's about adversity, beating the odds, an insight to the Australian way of having a go.
It's certainly a great program, a must for every racing enthusiast. And now it's on with our review of season 92-93. The Australian Guineas run at Flemington in mid-February attracted a class field of three-year-olds, including the Derby winner Redding, who started favourite.
Kenny's Best Pal and Redding are making runs on the outside, and further back in the field Air Seattle's pushed right off the track, and Go Story they're into the straight, and King Marauding 500 to go, led by a length Saracen Silver Flyer. McBrave is under pressure next, and now Redding and Sir Luskin are coming home well, and Go Story next. They come down near the 300 metre mark. Saracen again went to the lead to King Marauding. Redding and Silver Flyer are both running on well, and then Kenny's Best Pal, and Just One is out wide. Saracen in front, but coming after him is Redding, and now Kenny's Best Pal is finishing very hard. Saracen grabbed by Kenny's Best Pal. It's Kenny's Best Pal taking the lead, and Kenny's Best Pal won the Guineas from Saracen. From the park, flashed home and grabbed third, and then Redding.
Wet tracks during the spring had disguised the true ability of Kenny's Best Pal. However, the colt did win the Group 3 BMW Vase on Cox Plate Day. A son of three-times champion Australian sire Bletchingley, Kenny's Best Pal showed he's a quality colt with his Guineas success.
Another Bletchingley colt with tremendous potential was Coronation Day. With two Group 1 wins to his credit during the spring, the three-year-old looked poised for a successful autumn campaign following this first-up win.
Further back, Valant Star, followed by Sakulu and Cohort as they top the rise, where Preeminence grabbed the lead clear of Atlantic Brave and Zoff. Further out, Eastern approaches. Sublimate is still there. Past the 200, Preeminence in front from Sublimate. Legal Agent closer to the inside. Here's Coronation Day. Coronation Day with giant strides is gobbling them up. He's coming home brilliantly. He'll win. Coronation Day is back with a vengeance. Chagall has jumped out of the ground.
Unfortunately, this was the last run of Coronation Day's short but successful career. While being trained for the Doncaster Handicap, the colt suffered a leg injury, forcing him into early retirement. Coronation Day will commence his stud career at Turanga Stud in the Hunter Valley.
In the Light Fingers Stakes, several of our best fillies launched their autumn campaigns. The winner was to go on and prove herself to be one of the best of her generation.
Burst is even wider, and then Flitter followed by Mahia, and well back final answer Crinoline, and Love Comes to Town as they come over the rise past the 400 mark, and Skating shot to the front on top of the hill. She burst away about 3 lengths on Closhan. Slight Chance on the outside, running on gamely, followed by Burst, but Skating is well clear with 150 to go. Closhan and Slight Chance are making absolutely no headway, neither is Burst, and it is all Skating. Skating is going to win the Light Fingers in great style. Skating beats Slight Chance or the fast finishing Flitter. Not much in it for second.
Down in Melbourne, the weight for age performers were in action at Flemington in the Group 2 Blamey Stakes.
500 left to go. Lovey for home by 2 lengths. Prince Salieri, Frontier Boy under pressure. He eases out on Jolly Old Mac. 3 wide, and 4 wide comes Mannerism with Walter last. Lovey goes for home at the 300. 2 lengths. Prince Salieri coming after her. Jolly Old Mac and Mannerism are both making runs together down the outside. Lovey at the 200 metre mark by a length. Prince Salieri, Mannerism and Jolly Old Mac are taking all the time in the world to get there. 4 across the track now, and Prince Salieri in the centre, and Lovey. It's 4 across the track now with Prince Salieri going home better, and he's won it. Prince Salieri has won it from either Jolly Old...
Throughout his career, Prince Salieri was an honest and consistent competitor at the highest level. The Blamey Stakes was the 10th win of his career, which included 2 Group 1 victories. The 6-year-old was retired at the end of the season and will stand at Ardsley Stud in New Zealand.
Last season, the Lightning Stakes marked the emergence of the brilliant Scalacci. On the anniversary of his first Group 1 success, the 4-year-old showed why he is the best sprinter seen in Australia for some time.
It's Clever Zoe in front at the 300, only about 2 lengths Uzuk. Spanish Mix, and then a length and a half to Scalacci, given full bore. Clever Zoe at the 200 in front of Uzuk. Spanish Mix, and then Scalacci. It's Clever Zoe in front, 100 out. Here comes Scalacci. He's hitting top gear now. Clever Zoe a neck, but Scalacci, the big grey flash, is going to win it. Scalacci from Clever Zoe. Uzuk is third. Then came...
Across the Tasman, Viandacross appeared from his summer spell in the Lion Brown Sprint at Te Rapa. Up against some of New Zealand's best sprinters, his effort was awesome and a sign of better things to come.
Round the turn in the Lion Brown, about 3:50 to go, and Not So's the leader. Over on the outside then to Quick Score, coming into it on the inside is Lord Pride. Oh, here comes Viandacross. He's made a great run. He's got to the lead very quickly. Coming after him, Cape Stand. Rough Habit's emerging late. Viandacross has got it sewn up. He's 3 lengths in front. Rough Habit finishing well. Cape Stand, and on the inside, Lord Pride, and a late run from Javelin, but oh, Viandacross has killed them. Javelin second and Rough Habit third. That'll be a...
Run on the same day is the Cambridge Stud International. In this Group 1 event, the talented 3-year-old, the Phantom Chance, was chasing his 8th successive win.
Up towards the turn they travel now, and the Cambridge Stud International. Angelica's going to lead them in from on the outside. Solve It. In behind them, the Phantom Chance. Gay Trees, the Phantom Chance a bit wide out, and Young Pirate's coming into it too now. The Phantom Chance lengthens. At the moment, Solve It, the leader from Young Pirate, the Phantom Chance, and down the outside on the beach, Gay Trees looking for a run in behind them. Young Pirate now, the Phantom Chance, Solve It, and on the beach, Young Pirate, the Phantom Chance, the outside getting the upper hand, the Phantom Chance, Young Pirate, the Phantom Chance, Young Pirate, and I think Lurk raced into third from Gatry. Solve It on the beach.
The Phantom Chance joins Bone Crusher as the only horses to have won the Derby International Double. With 2 Group 1 wins for the season, the Phantom Chance proved himself a top-class 3-year-old, one that Australians are likely to see in action in the spring. Leading up to the Blue Diamond Stakes, several 2-year-olds emerged as serious contenders, but none were as impressive as the filly Lady Jackie-O.
Lady Jackie-O took the lead now from Azawea, and then Princess Shauna dropping out of it, followed by Crown of Seaton. Less than 200 out now, and this is Home and Hose. Lady Jackie-O raced away 4 in front of Azawea, Crown of Seaton, Princess Shauna, but Lady Jackie-O back to her best form, strolls home. Lady Jackie-O by 6 on the post. Second as...
Run on the same day was the Oakley Plate, the second leg of the Sprinters' Triple Crown. Starting from the extreme outside barrier, Mukhtar showed brilliant early speed to be the leader after 200 metres.
And Mr. Q, one of the last on the turn, where Mukhtar straightened up in front of Richmond Boy and led by a length into the straight. Then Zodiac Miss and Jack Pill, and Mukhtar shot away. Down to the 250, he's gone out 3 or 4 now. Jack Pill runs to second. My Satin Star finishing well down the outside from Zodiac Miss, Alias Comberbash, and Isn't She Gorgeous? But Mukhtar full of running 100 out. 3 in front, Isn't She Gorgeous finishing very quickly. Mukhtar Hell holding on, Isn't She Gorgeous lunging. Mukhtar a long head, Isn't She Gorgeous? 3 lengths away.
Mukhtar's win gave the young jockey-trainer combination of Stephen Baster and Mark Riley their first Group 1 success. The 3-year-old is from the second crop of the Northern Dancer stallion Juga, who now stands at Linden Park Stud in Victoria.
Stepping up to 1,400 metres, Scalacci contested the Futurity Stakes. With regular rider Damien Oliver under suspension, his place in the saddle was taken by Stephen King. For the first time in his career, Scalacci was seen in the uncustomary role of pacemaker.
It's Scalacci first into the straight, slipped a couple in front of jolly old Mac Torquil. Then came Razor Rhythm, Mannerism out wide. Scalacci at the 200, led by 3 lengths. Jolly old Mac, Excited Angel, Hilda Strike, Mannerism out wide. But Scalacci in front, 100 out. He's got a big lead over Excited Angel, Mannerism, and it's Scalacci who'll win the Futurity. Scalacci all the way, a length and a quarter. Excited Angel, a big run second. Hilda Strike got up.
Scalacci's win in the Futurity was his 6th at Group 1 level, and there was more to come. Meanwhile, in Sydney, his stablemate Naturalism opened his autumn campaign on a winning note.
Naturalism is coming out 4 wide and is starting to stoke up as they straighten into the home stretch, and Burst and Mahia, the 2 leaders over Kinjate. Naturalism couldn't sprint with them after they turned for home. He's taking a while to get going, and Burst is clear. Here he comes now. Naturalism took him a little while to get going, but he's coming after Burst. He's got them covered. Naturalism grabs the lead in the shadows of the post, and the great horse is back with a vengeance. Naturalism beat Kinjate. Burst is third. And then
Naturalism's regular rider Mick Dittman came down to Melbourne for the Sunday meeting at Caulfield, where the feature race was the Blue Diamond Stakes. Having been offered the autumn ride on Viandacross, Dittman tested the 4-year-old in the Carlion Cup.
Shortcut took the lead from Narani, fighting back, and there's still about 3 lengths in front of Viander Cross, who's getting to a clear third on the inside of Notwithstanding, coming around the turn now. And it's Narani and Shortcut in front, but he eases off the fence on Viander Cross now. And the champion New Zealander races up alongside them. It's Viander Cross taking the lead for Dittman, gives him a slap with the whip. He got a length and a half in front now, drawing clear from Spring Hill Head going to second, and then Shortcut, Native Neptune finishing well, but the champ from Kiwi Land, Viander Cross, wins it, eased up by 3 lengths.
Leading up to the Blue Diamond Stakes, Lady Jackie-O was clearly the most impressive of the youngsters. Starting favourite in Victoria's most prestigious 2-year-old race, the filly confirmed her class with the assistance of a great ride by Greg Hall.
And Ken Vane, Clever Zoe dropping out now from St Rory, running on Miss Prospect, a fair way back, Bernardo Giotto, followed by Alacqua, then Jet Ball. Lady Jackie-O back about 4th last, Lord Barley, Magic of Money, the heavyweight land speed record, Justice prevails as they turn for home. Caltree straight up on the inside, the colt in front when they turn now at the 300-metre mark, and away he went. It's Caltree's a length and a half in front of Miss Prospect down the outside, and Lady Jackie-O getting into the clear. Caltree's in front, 150 to go. Lady Jackie-O is starting to wear it down from Miss Prospect, and on the outside then Magic of Money. Lady of Jackie-O's grabbed Caltree's, 50 metres to go. A great performance in the Blue Diamond. Lady Jackie-O, 3/4 Caltree's, Justice prevails, flashed home out wide to run third.
Lady Jackie-O was from the first Southern Hemisphere crop of Last Tycoon, who now stands at Arrowfield Stud. Trained by John Sadler at Flemington, Lady Jackie-O gave Greg Hall his 3rd Group 1 winner of the season.
The time-honoured Newmarket Handicap is regarded as the toughest sprint race in Australia. In a field of 21, the best-backed runner in the race was the David Hayes-trained Primacy.
Primacy is very handy, and Victory Diocese wider out on the course, and they were followed by Welcome Night. Just behind them is Jack Pill. Let's Hurry is ridden along at the moment, followed by Office and Blaylock's Bull out on the grandstand, and Mukhtar in front with Not Related Black Rouge after it. Storayer has switched down the middle of the track now at the 300, and Primacy went for home on the flat side. He kicked out now to Victory Diocese, out wide. Mukhtar's in front here with Blue Boss coming at it, but it's Primacy over on the flat in front of Victory Diocese. Primacy in front of the Newmarket on the flat. Primacy in front, he'll win the Newmarket. Primacy's won it from Victory Diocese second. Now Keena might have grabbed third.
Carrying the same colours as last year's winner Skilacci, the 3-year-old Primacy scorched down the straight 6 in race record time. Primacy is the first Group 1 winner sired by Prego, a grandson of Northern Dancer.
The Chipping Norton Stakes at Warwick Farm attracted a good field. And as the Kiwi visitor Kingston Bay showed, 3-year-olds are hard to beat in weight-for-age races at this time of the season.
Into the straight on, Kylie's run the leader over Ruquin, and Kinjate on the outside is stoking up and closing on them fast, followed by Captive Edition, Kingston Bay, and then Mighty Tango and Planet Ruler. Kinjate dashed to the lead at the 200 mark. The 3-year-old Kingston Bay getting into 2nd place. Then Mighty Tango followed by Mahia. Kinjate in front though. Kingston Bay is finishing fast. He's picking up the leader. Kingston Bay went home far the better and got up on the line to beat.
Across the Tasman, some of New Zealand's best 3-year-old fillies contested the Mum Cordon Rouge Stakes. The O'Sullivan-trained Frenetic was well supported, but ran into bother on the home turn.
They race across the top towards the 650, and the Fat Lady sings. Peaks applied the pressure on this field. Lady Agnes, though, keeping it right in her sights. She's only 2 lengths away and travelling extra. 3/4 to the shuffler, being hunted up there, followed by Frenetic. Then 9 Carat out wide at Cherry Garcia, Liberty Dancer, Raw Tiara. As they make the bend, 400 left to go. The Fat Lady sings, swung in about 3/4 to Lady Agnes, who cruised up on the outside. They're followed in behind them, 9 Carat, followed by Raw Tiara. Slangy Bar's a big run, and the favourite Frenetic with a job in front of it. Lady Agnes printed clear for Walsh, out by 2 or 3 lengths over. Slangy Bar's coming home quickly, followed by the Fat Lady sings. In behind them, Raw Tiara, Lady Agnes. Slangy Bar's coming very hard the outside, but Lady Agnes found the extra, and Lady Agnes.
Awapuni filly Lady Agnes made a late charge to dead heat with the O'Sullivan-trained Nemu for honours in the Wrightson Filly of the Year series. A daughter of Gleam Machine, who now stands at Victoria, Lady Agnes went on to Sydney, where she ran 3rd in the AJC Oaks.
Starting an odds-on favourite, the Phantom Chance was chasing his 9th consecutive win in the Group 1 New Zealand Stakes. Also on the line was a trip to Sydney for the AJC Derby.
Going nicely, 2 lengths now on Kiss. On the inside to Lurk, just been urged along there, followed Whitford Hill. Over on the outside then to Young Pirate. Here's the Phantom Chance coming into it, followed Ocean Liner, Regal Span. Into the straight though, 400 left to go and it's Solve It. By a length and a half to Kiss, followed then by Young Pirate and behind him Whitford Hill. Now here's the Big Chestnut winding up down the outside, but Solve It meantime 2 lengths on Kiss, followed by Whitford Hill. The Phantom Chance and Young Pirate, but Solve It's got their measure. Whitford Hill switching through on the inside, coming home pretty well, but Solve It is cleared right out in the New Zealand Stakes, and Solve It a nice win for David Walsh. Second home, Whitford Hill, third Kiss.
Jockey David Walsh made it 2 Group 1 wins for the day when Solve It led all the way in the New Zealand Stakes. The 4-year-old by Morcon was successful earlier in the season in the Group 3 Waterford Crystal Mile at Moonee Valley.
Bookmakers operating on the Newmarket Australian Cup double faced a sizable payout if Viander Cross won the weight for age race. To their dismay, but to the delight of punters, the Kiwi champ scored comfortably.
And Durbridge into the straight, the leader from Fra, Prince Salieri. Viander Cross on the outside, clear of Mannerism. Star of the Realms under the whip, last of all, 400 to go. Durbridge in front of Fra, 2 lengths back now, Viander Cross. Dittman's asking him to go. He's starting to wind up now. They've got to the 200. Durbridge grabbed by Fra. Now Viander Cross coming. Prince Salieri just behind them. Fra's in front. Dittman goes for Viander Cross with the whip. He answers magnificently. The champion strides away, Viander Cross. Viander Cross for the Australian Cup, a length and a half. Either Fra or Star of the Realm, who only got warm in the last 200, flying home.
The David Hayes trained Staff Sergeant, a colt by Military Plume, started favourite in the VRC Sires Produce Stakes. The race proved to be a great advertisement for Dalgety Bloodstock, which sold the first 3 place-getters.
They come to the 400, and it's Land Speed Record in front, led by a length and a half. To the heavyweight second, Staff Sergeant out of the whip, and Crystal Sword is over on the rails in fourth. 250 to go now. Land Speed Record grabbed by the heavyweight, and over on the outside, Staff Sergeant coming at them hard. Staff Sergeant raced up with 100 metres to go. Down the outside, Pride of Rancho finishing well. It's Staff Sergeant, Land Speed Record, Pride of Rancho, Teos. Here's a great go, Pride of Rancho, and wide, he might have won it. I think Pride of Rancho from Teos.
Prepared by owner-trainer Jim Marconi, Pride of Rancho is from the first crop of Rancho Ruler, who stands at Blue Gum Farm in Victoria. The Sires Produce gave champion apprentice Damien Oliver Group 1 success number 8 for the season. Vobis, the Victorian Owners and Breeders Incentive Scheme. And that's exactly what it is. An incentive for owners to buy Victorian thoroughbreds. Vobis means cash bonuses to owners, breeders, trainers and jockeys. Vobis, keeping Victoria ahead of the rest.
The spotlight now focuses on Sydney and the rich autumn carnivals. The Canterbury Guineas was run on a slow track, and the Kiwi train Kingston Bay was going for his second Group 1 victory in the space of 7 days.
Imposing Bull is the leader from Salcantay. Irish Rort in third place, followed by Kingston Bay. Innocent King, Flat Chat, so is Navy Seal. And then Hall of Fame and Telesto as they come around the corner where Imposing Bull dash clear. Imposing Bull put 3 lengths on them at the 200 mark, is clear of Kingston Bay on the outside, followed by Irish Rort and then Hall of Fame. Imposing Bull stopping. Here comes the little Kiwi, Kingston Bay. Will he do it again? Yes. Kingston Bay sweeps to the lead and he's racing away to win the Guineas brilliantly. Now Innocent King has flown in the last bit to be in a photo with Imposing Bull. Irish Rort close up. So
raced in the same interests as Lord Revener, Kingston Bay went one better than his stablemate by winning the Canterbury Guineas. His sire, Kingdom Bay, is a grandson of Biscay.
Earlier in the programme, we saw the promising Calm Harbour win a Group 1 race at his first attempt. In the Captain Cook Stakes at Trentham, the 4-year-old confirmed his potential.
He'll straighten up by 12 lengths on Status. On the beaches outside, and then we've got wider out who's Calm Harbour. To the 300 metres. Latham Bay still 6 lengths in front, but they're chasing after him now. On the beach, Status, and then Calm Harbour out wider. Still Latham Bay to the 200 metres, 4 lengths. On the beaches, chasing hard now in Status between runners, and then we've got Calm Harbour out wider. Calm Harbour swept to the lead from on the beach, Status, then Valdano, but Calm Harbour back and winning form, and he'll take the Group 1. Calm Harbour is...
Trained by Noel Eales, Calm Harbour was bred and is raced by Peter Thorburn, a selector for the All Blacks rugby team. Australian racegoers can expect to see this potential top liner in action during the spring in races like the Cox Plate.
With just 2 weeks to go before the Golden Slipper Stakes, most of the serious contenders for the $2 million race have been sorted out. Placed third in the Blue Diamond, the John Hawkes trained Justice Prevails was certainly among them following this win.
Social Path, the leader, straightening up. He got away from Headstrong. Keltresa's coming after him quickly, and they're clear of Justice Prevails, who's going to come home well at the 200. Social Path tackled by Keltresa, who went past him. Justice Prevails on the outside is a big danger, though. Justice Prevails is coming at Keltresa, and they've come right away from the others. Justice Prevails was never travelling in the race. That's the first time he's been on the bit going over the line, and he won easily from Keltresa and sparkling.
With a win in race record time, Justice Prevails booked himself a place in the Golden Slipper field. Best known through his association with the brilliant sprinter Placid Arc, astute trainer Wally Mitchell made the trip to Sydney with his filly Star of Nouvelle.
Straightening up, Gem of the West is the leader, clear of Rosa's Image, followed by Star of Nouvelle. Silver Scala's under the whip and struggling, and Lady Jackie O pulled out wide, taking a little while to hit top gear, but she's going to come with a rush in a moment. At the 200, Gem of the West, Rosa's Image, Star of Nouvelle. Lady Jackie O can't get to them. Star of Nouvelle, the West Aussie, sweeps to the lead. Star of Nouvelle in the Placid Arc colours, shot clear. Lady Jackie O doing her best work in the last bit, but Star of Nouvelle cantered home in the Riesling Slipper trial over Lady Jackie O and Rosa's Image, followed by Gem of the West, Silver Scala.
The long-awaited return clash between Naturalism and Viandacross took place in the Ranvet Stakes, and in the weeks leading up to the race there was much talk about which horse Mick Dittman would ride. Following his decision to stay with Naturalism, the connections of Viandacross were besieged with offers. However, they had no hesitation in bringing Jim Walker across the Tasman to ride the 4-year-old.
Dr. Grace in front and led by a length on Mahia, who's keeping in touch. Naturalism is now in a pocket on the inside of Viandacross as they come to the 600 mark. Further back is Rough Habit, followed by Native Neptune, and then Telesto and Sub-Zero last as they near the corner. Dr. Grace with the inside running just led Mahia. Naturalism is being pushed along by Dittman. Viandacross on his outside, and they're well clear of Native Neptune and Rough Habit as they turn the corner. Mahia immediately headed Dr. Grace. Viandacross is now winding up. There's room between them for Naturalism. It's taking him a while to get going. The filly Mahia still in front. Viandacross on the outside coming at it. Naturalism on the fence, and Rough Habit is getting home well. Viandacross goes for home. Viandacross is drawing away from Mahia and Naturalism. Well done, Jimmy Walker. Viandacross beat Naturalism, and the score is now 2-2 between the champions. Mahia third.
Jim Walker proved to be a more than capable replacement for Mick Dittman, who could offer no excuses for Naturalism. However, it didn't take Dittman long to get back amongst the Group 1 winners.
Skating is second, Mamselle Perdue third, followed by Clocker, then High Pack and Terrare from Azuro on the fence, further back Plume and Beatside, and then Flitter My Brilliant Star, Slight Chance well back behind a big bunch of horses turning the corner. Into the straight, Lovey the leader, Skating is coming after it quickly. Skating exploded to the front at the 300 mark. In third place, Mamselle Perdue, followed by Clocker, then Azuro and Terrare. At the 200, Skating the leader, Lovey is coming back on the inside. Skating and Lovey. Skating's about a neck in front. Lovey is hanging on tenaciously, but Skating is too good now and is drawing away in the last bit and scores well. Skating beat Lovey. Third either Terrare, I think Terrare third, a breath in front of Slight Chance, followed by...
It was a strong win by Skating, who's the first Group 1 winner sired by the 1986 Melbourne Cup winner at Tallack. One of the final lead-up races to the Slipper is the Magic Night Stakes. Having only her third start, the Lee Friedman-trained filly Bint Masque regained Slipper favouritism with a win in race record time.
And then Miss Prospect and Leaping Gull, followed by Janelle again in the straight 300 out, and Bint Masque booted away. Bint Masque put about 2.5 lengths on Fitting and Trista Love, who's getting going again, followed by Miss Prospect and Peggy Ann, but it's all Bint Masque 100 out. This is the real Bint Masque today. She's streaking away and is going to record a ridiculously easy win, won by 4 lengths or a bit less, pulling up over Trista Love. Miss Prospect has run third, followed by...
While the Slipper favourite was cooling down, another Friedman star took centre stage. With regular rider Damien Oliver back in the saddle, Scalacci led all the way in the George Ryder Stakes.
700 out, Scalacci led over Spearman. Welcome Night going up to make a line of 3. 2 lengths away, Kinjate now being ridden along, followed by Durbridge, Soho Square, Primacy in on the fence, and then Big Dreams, Deposition, Calm Bomb, Excited Angel, and Planet Ruler last, but taking off as they turn the corner. Into the straight, Scalacci, the leader. Spearman on the outside is keeping him busy. Primacy has run up on the fence behind those leaders. Dittman's trying to get between them now. There's a split coming, followed by Welcome Night and Durbridge at the 200. Scalacci clear. Primacy's after him now. now. Primacy out of the pocket is coming after the grey flash. Scalacci still in front. Primacy can't get to him. Scalacci holding on, and he's run the 1500 all right. Scalacci wins the rider. Soho Square flew. Might have got second, a nose in front of Primacy. Then Deposition and...
The George Rider was Scalacci's last win in season 92-93. The 4-year-old had 9 starts for 6 wins, including 3 Group 1 victories, and lifted his career earnings to $1.87 million. The George Rider was the 9th Group 1 winner of the season for both Lee Freedman and Damien Oliver. Damien Oliver celebrated his 21st birthday in June, bringing down the curtain on a very successful apprenticeship. Since arriving from Western Australia in February 1989, Oliver has ridden more than 400 winners while apprenticed to Lee Freedman at Flemington. His rise to prominence culminated when he won the Victorian Jockeys Premiership in season 1991. Damien rode his first Group 1 winner less than 3 years ago for Bart Cummins, and since then has enjoyed tremendous success at racing's highest level. With 9 Group 1 wins in season 92-93, Oliver completed his apprenticeship with a tally of 18 in races such as the Caulfield Cup, the PRC Derby and Newmarket Handicap. 5 of Damien's Group 1 victories have been on Australia's best sprinter, Scalacci, who captured the Triple Crown in season 91-92.
Chasing a hat-trick of Group 1 victories, the Bruce Wallace-trained Kingston Bay started a warm favourite in the Rosehill Guineas.
Pleasant Conquest kicked away 2 lengths or more to our Pompeii. Running third, Saracen. Navy Seal fourth, followed by Air Seattle, Kingston Bay. At the head of the others then is Captive Edition, Corregidor. From Innocent King and Irish Rort is strung up between horses. Then Raising Kentucky, Mr. Dingo, well back. They're packing tightly now. Followed by Hall of Fame and Pallet, and dropping out last, Successful Bid as they come around the corner. Into the straight, Pleasant Conquest again headed off by our Pompeii. On the outside, putting in a dash is Saracen, Kingston Bay between them. Further out, Air Seattle putting in his run, and Captive Edition is coming up to them very quickly as they race to the 200 mark, and Captive Edition sprinted to the lead from our Pompeii and Air Seattle, and then Kingston Bay near the fence. Here's Innocent King down the outside, and Mr. Domingo flying late. Innocent King is charging at Captive Edition. Innocent King got up to win the Guineas going away. Irish Rort late on the scene, might get second, a breath in front of Corregidor. Captive Edition.
Innocent King raced himself into AJC Derby calculations with a strong staying performance in the Guineas. Across in New Zealand, Dave O'Sullivan trained his 5th Group 1 winner of the season in the Manawatu Sires Produce Stakes.
Over towards the 600, Go Minstrel, a length and a half now from Snap, and on the inside, Euphorical Lad. Starstruck, Popperini and Justice of Swift, Country Talk, Romar locked away from Bobby Harris. They were followed by the outside Stage Light, Sabbatical, well back in the field, Silver Chalice, Seascape and Billy Main's tailed off. Round the turn they come, Go Minstrel about to be gathered in by Snap. In behind them, angling out is Euphorical Lad, followed by Romar and Bobby Harrison on the outside, Starstruck battling. They're followed by Country Talk, but Snap's gone away from them. Out by 2 or 3 lengths now from Go Minstrel. He's a late run from Romar and Bobby Harris. And down the outside, Seascape running on late, but it's all Snap. He's going to win it easily. The battle's going to be for second. Seascape got up. It was a great run by Seascape. Romar...
Snap's win in the Sires Produce gave her sire, Kingdom Bay, his 2nd Group 1 winner of the season. The O'Sullivan-trained filly was ridden by John Collett.
And so we come to Golden Slipper Day at Rose Hill. In the Ansett Australia Stakes, a traditional lead-up to the AJC Oaks, the Bob Thompson-trained Slight Chance won the 5th Group 1 race of her career.
Coming to the corner, 600 out, and Flitter is the leader from Orsay. Mingling Glances burst. Hillary's Pride is out deep. Now Slight Chance is strung up for a run between horses coming around the corner, and then Miltac followed by Village Dancer and Pomperia. Heads a turn for home, and Flitter the leader from Orsay on the outside. Then Mingling Glances, Burst is putting in a dash. Slight Chance is starting to wind up on the outside as they come to the 200 mark, where Burst hit the lead to be tackled by Slight Chance on the outside, and the pair of them have quickly come away. Slight Chance takes about a half-length lead on Burst. Slight Chance is starting to draw away in the last bit. Burst is trying hard, but Slight Chance is too good, and she overcomes a checkered run to beat Burst. Orsay looks to have run third just in front.
Jim Cassidy's mount Justice Prevails started favourite in the $2 million Golden Slipper following a wide barrier draw for Bint Masquet. However, the filly showed brilliant early speed, and Mick Dittman was confident of winning his 3rd slipper a long way from home.
And they're all set. Stalls open, they're away in the Golden Slipper. There's a great start, and Bint Masque on the extreme outside is about the first out. Jet Ball and Moss Rocket began brilliantly with Rose's Image and Gem of the West. Rock Review is away quickly, the rider trying to get in closer, followed by Sports Works, and back midfield when they settle, Star of Nouvelle. Keltrice on the fence, racing a little fiercely in the early stages. Rock Review is now dropping back to be midfield. A gap then to Land Speed Record from LA Glen. A mile back, Pride of Rancho, followed by Capablanca. Danger Can't Go, he's back third last on the fence, followed by Fitting, and Justice Prevails as absolute last. To the turn, 500 to go. Moss Rocket has taken to the lead. Bint Masque second, Rose's Image third, followed by Keltrice. Jet Ball can't get on the track, and then Sports Works and Gem of the West, and well back Star of Nouvelle, followed by Rock Review and Capablanca. Danger's in front of about three, and Justice Prevails as last. Moss Rocket is in front at the 300. Bint Masque the first to go after him. They're a mile in front of Keltrice and Rose's Image, followed by Jet Ball, but it's Bint Masque. Mighty Mick drives the filly to the lead, Bint Masque, and she is streeting them. Look at her go. Bint Masque coming away to record a brilliant slipper win. Justice Prevails down the outside has come from last to get second. Sports Works is third. Fitting has run fourth.
Bint Masque was never seriously challenged over the final stages and raced away to win in race record time. The filly's win provided a dream introduction to Australian racing for her Arabona, Sheikh Rashid, who paid $100,000 for the daughter of Masque at the Inglis Easter sale. And as Lee Friedman pointed out at the presentation, all credit for preparing the filly goes to his brother Anthony, the foreman of their Sydney stable. The Golden Slipper was the 10th Group 1 success of the season for the Friedman training team.
Logan's for horse insurance. Logan's lead the way in all types of thoroughbred insurance and are on call 24 hours. Most of Australia and New Zealand's leading stud masters and owners rely on Logan's for their insurance requirements. Principal Bob Logan is well known and respected throughout the industry. Logan's, always on the scene, so you'll never be in a spot. Ring the experts. Logan's. Their 24-hour hotline number is 02 909 1499.
With naturalism bypassing the $1 million BMW to concentrate on the Doncaster handicap, Viander Cross started a hot favourite in the weight for age race, run over the classic distance of 2,400 metres.
Here comes the big V. Viander Cross is starting to make up ground very quickly as they near the home turn, followed by Sub-Zero strung up on the fence. Then Raising Kentucky and Luristina. Dr. Grace under heavy pressure, followed by Rough Habit, Takisi and Mercator last as they come around the turn. This beautiful filly with the big white blaze, Mahia, straightens up in front in the BMW. Captive Edition the first to go after her, and Viander Cross is struggling a bit. He's starting to wind up now on the outside, but he's giving these three-year-olds a bit of a start. Captive Edition shot to the front from Mahia. Viander Cross and old Rough Habit down the outside. He's gone past Viander Cross. Captive Edition is well clear. Rough Habit is charging home in the last bit, but Captive Edition is holding on. He'll win. Captive Edition beat Rough Habit. Viander Cross third, every possible hope. Fourth is Mahal.
Captive Edition completed what Mick Dittman described as his greatest day in racing. The BMW was Dittman's 7th Group 1 winner of the season. Trained by Graham Rogerson, the 3-year-old is from the first crop of Karpstad, a son of Sir Tristram.
Captive Edition had his next start in the Tooheys AJC Derby, and the Colts trainer went into the race with a great deal of confidence. However, it was the classy filly Slight Chance who started favourite in the $1 million Classic.
Inside the 600 as they come around the turn, and they're attacking from all sides. Slight Chance just the leader from Irish Rort. Air Seattle 3 deep, successful bidders right off the track, and then Captive Edition looking for a run. Innocent King looks to be struggling as they come over the rise, followed by Paladin Burst on the extreme outside. On top of the hill now, Slight Chance is struggling. She's headed by Air Seattle. Irish Rort, his Captive Edition coming through in the centre, and Pallet right down the outside. Air Seattle wide out, joined again by Captive Edition. Slight Chance is battling on Innocent King. Innocent King is now bursting along the fence. He's coming home far the better, Innocent King. After looking well beaten, Innocent King has come again to win the Derby over Captive Edition and Air Seattle, followed by Irish Rort, Pallet, our top pace.
The Rosehill Guineas winner, Innocent King, overcame interference on the home turn to record a courageous Derby win. A son of Ptolomeo, who now stands at stud in Japan, Innocent King is trained by Kerry Jordan. The 3-year-old gave Jim Cassidy his 3rd Group 1 winner in 92-93.
Draw how now and Kiwi can, but Surround, the mighty champion, is striding right away, and Surround's won it by 3 lengths.
The mighty Surround, the only 3-year-old filly to win the Cox Plate. She was also the best horse that the late Jeff Murphy trained. Australian racing lost one of its true characters when Jeff Murphy passed away in April. Murphy won a host of feature races during his career and enjoyed particular success with the progeny of Sir Tristram. In 1982, he saddled up Gurner's Lane to win the Caulfield and Melbourne Cups and won the VRC Derby with Grosvenor. There's no doubt that the many people who knew Jeff Murphy would have a yarn to tell about one of racing's colourful characters.
The $1 million Doncaster handicap attracted a quality field, which included 11 Group 1 winners. The Freedman stable settled up 4 runners, while the Victorian-trained Soho Square was trying to win the feature race for the second time.
And Pharaoh very wide at the 800 mark, followed by Mannerism. Further back is Corndale and then Prince Salieri, followed by Big Dreams. Naturalism is a mile back with Planet Ruler, Ghost Story, Deposition and Brawago absolute last as they come to the corner in the Doncaster. Gifted Poet the leader. In second place is Primacy. Running third as they swing the corner is Welcome Night, followed by Skating Soho Square. Scalacci easing out about 5 deep to make his run, followed by Durbridge and then Pharaoh, and further back Prince Salieri as they top the rise. Gifted Poet tackled on all sides. Skating getting the rails run. Primacy joining in his Soho Square. Welcome Night and Scalacci can't go on, but the filly Skating burst to the lead. Soho Square coming after her. Jimmy Cassidy shooting for the double. Skating just in front. Soho Square inch by inches wearing her down. They walk to the line. Skating has won the Doncaster. Skating held out Soho Square. Now third we've got Gifted Poet, Prince Salieri.
Assisted by a cool ride from the Iceman Grant Cooksley, Skating overcame a wide barrier to win her second Group 1 race. The 3-year-old filly is the best performed runner by At Talak, who now stands at Colin Grove Stud in the Hunter Valley.
The first day of the AJC's carnival attracted nearly 40,000 people to Royal Randwick, a clear indication that good horses bring people back to the track. On the second day there were 3 Group 1 events, one of which was the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. The race had only 4 starters, 2 of which were trained by John Wheeler.
Cassidy on Rough Habit is watching Viander Cross as they come around the turn. He's going to hold that horse in behind the leader, but the cutaway's coming up now. By gee, the leader got away here, Durbridge. He's got 2.5 lengths on Viander Cross and Rough Habit. They're both battling to pick him up at the moment. Durbridge is still in front, coming to the 200. Inch by inch, Viander Cross and Rough Habit are getting to him, but Durbridge is clear with 100 to go. Viander Cross is the one to come after him. Durbridge shifted a bit. Viander Cross has nailed him now. Viander Cross grabs the lead in the shadows of the post. Go, Vandy. Viander Cross draws away to beat Durbridge. Rough Habit third.
The Queen Elizabeth Stakes was the last run of the season for Kiwi star Viander Cross. With 5 Group 1 victories in 92-93, the 4-year-old boosted his career earnings to $2.58 million. The Japan Cup looks to be the prime target for Viander Cross when he returns to racing as a 5-year-old.
The Galaxy is the premier sprint race during the AJC's carnival. The Oakley Plate winner Mukhtar started favourite.
On the corner now, Mukhtar the leader over Umatilla Classic Magic. Spanish Mix can't get on the track. Burrendar Boy on the fence. Yallah Lad between horses. Sublimate hard ridden behind those, followed by Silverada. And Isn't She Gorgeous pulled to the extreme outside as they come over the rise. The leader is Mukhtar over Classic Magic, Spanish Mix. Sublimate on the outside might run a race. Mukhtar still in front at the 200 mark. His Sublimate coming after him from Classic Magic and Umatilla. Mukhtar still in front. Sublimate with the pull in the weights is trying to get to him. Mukhtar's veering out under pressure. He's just in front. Sublimate lunged and got him on the line, I think. I think Sublimate by a breath to Mukhtar. Classic Magic third. Followed by...
Coming from back in the field, Sublimate scored a narrow win to emulate his sire Snippets, who also won the Galaxy in 1988. Prepared by leading Queensland mentor Bruce McLaughlin, Sublimate gave Shane Dye his 4th Group 1 victory of the season.
The O'Sullivans brought a small but select team from New Zealand and were rewarded with a win in the AJC Sires Produce Stakes.
As they come to the turn, 500 out. Sportsworks on the inside. Just led Staff Sergeant. Daedalus is 3 deep. LA Glen's got to go 4 deep, and Justice Prevails has to come right around the outside as they turn for home. Trista Love is cutting away to the fence, and Danger behind a big bunch of leaders. On top of the rise now, and Justice Prevails right out in the centre of the track has stormed to the lead from LA Glen. Trista Love on the fence is running on strongly. They're right across the track here, but Justice Prevails out in the middle of the course is clear of the filly Trista Love, and LA Glen as they get near home. Justice Prevails is weakening near the post. Trista Love has dived at him near the line. They're very wide apart and it's hard to line them up. Justice Prevails and Trista Love in a very difficult finish to line up.
Trista Love's win in the sires broke a 14-month drought for champion sire Sir Tristram, and the filly goes into the record book as the 36th individual Group 1 winner for the champion stallion. For trainer Dave O'Sullivan, it was Group 1 winner number 6 of the season.
The Auckland Racing Club also conduct a major meeting over the Easter weekend. Jockey Lisa Kropp rode 4 winners on the first day, including the Group 1 Easter Handicap winner.
Into the straight, under 400 left to go, and Midnight Hour's the leader by 2 lengths over Moya and Solwit. Follows Status, then Hypervein getting a run through on the inside. Here's Kiwi Golfer riding out towards the outside with Bell McCarra, then Reva and Nelson Valentine late, but Moya's in front on the Easter. On the outside, Kiwi Golfer's trying to cut it back, and they followed Nelson Valentine. Late run Mahanui Lass. Moya's in front though from Kiwi Golfer, and Moya won the Sleepyhead Easter Handicap. Second Kiwi Golfer, third Mahanui Lass. They were followed Nelson.
The Easter Handicap is the most important career success for Moya, a late developing 5-year-old mare by Crested Wave. Moya is raced by her breeder, Janet Broom, who can also take credit for breeding Seagram, winner of the 1991 Grand National at Aintree in England.
The feature race on the second day is the Sires Produce Stakes. Trainer Dave O'Sullivan was connected with the winner, not as the trainer, but as the owner. O'Sullivan races the winner in partnership with his wife and daughter.
On the inside, Endless Joy. Then we've got the Rancher making ground as they swing in. Down past the 350, though. It's Cape Road at Do. Strike Row back against the fence, and they're followed Captive Jules coming in after them. Seascape too, with Endless Joy, and down the outside, the Rancher. Cape Row and Do from Seascape. Trying to lengthen stride. Strike Rate and Captive Jewel. Do, it's head in front of Cape Row. Seascape's coming 2-1. Do's in charge, and Do it got there.
$5,000 purchase as a yearling. Dozy Do is trained for the O'Sullivans by first season trainer Richard D. The filly is a daughter of Take Your Partner, a son of champion sire Bletchley.
Taking no harm from her run in the Derby, Slight Chance took her place in the AJC Oaks field. Starting favourite, the filly was out to emulate Research, the last filly to win the VRC AJC Oaks Double.
3 deep is Burst, going up 4 deep. Lady Agnes, Mahia waiting for the cutaway. A gap then to Tempest Command, and Slight Chance is spotting them a fair start as they come over the rise. Mingling glances on the inside, still in front of Mahia. Lady Agnes trying to get to them, followed by Slight Chance, who's starting to wind up now. But Mahia, this spectacular looking filly, has raced clear 100 out over Mingling Glances. Lady Agnes and Slight Chance getting home doggedly. Mahia's running off the track near the post. She's wayward, but she's good. And Graham Begg wins the Oaks with Mahia.
Continuing the family tradition, young Randwick trainer Graham Begg prepared his first Oaks winner with the eye-catching filly Mahia. Bred and raced by the Arrowfield Group, Mahia is the first filly by Sir Tristram to win the AJC Oaks.
The Melbourne Cup winner Sub-Zero started favourite and carried the #1 saddlecloth in the Sydney Cup. However, it was that man again, Mick Dittman, who came with a perfectly timed run on the imported horse Azam.
Heads a turn for home. Mercator just led Tiakau Nick on the outside. Sub-Zero is coming after them. Cautious Cluden on the outside looking at danger. And then Big Baron followed by Azam. Tiakau Nick is clear. 200 to go. He got away from them. Azam coming right down the outside. Looks the danger. Azam is coming after Tiakau Nick. Tiakau Nick still in front. Azam's got him now. Azam goes to the lead, and Mighty Mick Azam is coming away in the last bit and wins the cup brilliantly. Wanted to hang in near the post, but Azam beat Tiakau Nick. Sub-Zero third, fourth move.
Mick Dittman's ride clearly showed why he's recognised as the best jockey in Australia. David Hayes' fourth Group 1 winner of the season is by Chief's Crown, a son of champion sire Danzig.
In the all-age stakes, Mick Dittman was going for a hat-trick of Group 1 wins on naturalism, the odds-on favourite.
They're packed up very tightly on the corner. Kinjate led. In fact, he got away from Equidity as they straighten up. Big Dreams on the outside. Then Mighty Tango followed by My Eagle Eye, Prince Salieri, and his Dittman taking naturalism to the extreme outside. And he's starting to sprint as they top the rise, and going with him is Rough Habit. Kinjate still in front at the 200 mark and is going strongly. Clear of My Eagle Eye, Naturalism and Rough Habit coming right down the outside. Kinjate still in front now. Rough Habit's got him. Rough Habit on the extreme outside has reached the lead from Naturalism and My Eagle Eye, and Rough Habit wins the all-age. Rough Habit beat Naturalism. Third's hard to line up.
Winning consecutive all-age stakes, the mighty Rough Habit chalked up his 9th Group 1 victory and took his career earnings past $3 million. Shane Dye had won the past 2 runnings of the Champagne Stakes on Terse and Burst. This year he brought up the hat-trick on a horse we're sure to hear more of in the future.
Three deep, followed by Danger, and last of all, Reign of Honour as they come over the rise. Pride of Rancho and March Hare on the inside. Danger looking for a split. LA Glen joining in. Staff Sergeant not getting much room at the 200. LA Glen on the extreme outside reached the lead from March Hare on the fence, followed by Danger boxing on strongly. March Hare is coming again on the inside. LA Glen and March Hare. March Hare fighting back after being headed. Can he run a mile? He'll run a mile and a quarter. March Hare came away to beat LA Glen with Danger third.
Surprisingly, March Hare is the first Group 1 winning colt sired by Masco from 7 crops of racing age. March Hare is trained at Randwick by John Morris. Ron Quinton, one of Australia's most popular and successful jockeys, retired in April after nearly 30 years in the saddle. Recognised as a real professional by his fellow riders, Quinton won the Sydney Jockeys Premiership on 8 occasions, including 6 in succession. During the 80s, the natural lightweight dominated the Golden Slipper, winning the world's richest race for 2-year-olds on 4 occasions. Quinton rode some of Australia's best horses during a career which numbered more than 2,000 wins. One of his most memorable victories came in the 1981 Cox Plate on Kingston Town.
Kingston Town raced to Lorman from Silver Bounty. It's Kingston Town, Lorman in front. Kingston Town wearing him down. He'll win. The $1 Million Man's won it. Kingston.
Quinton also combined with the Neville Begg-trained mare Emancipation to win many Group 1 races, including consecutive wins in the George Ryder Stakes. After 3 seasons riding in Ireland, an experience which prepared him for his new career, Quinton now trains at Randwick, headquarters for racing in Sydney.
In May, the South Australian Jockey Club conduct their major carnival, which this year had a slightly new look. Previously run during their summer carnival, the Australasian Oaks was moved to become the feature race on the opening day.
Western Classic goes to Darkwood Beach, and here comes our Tristolite on the outside with a good finish. Our Tristolite and Western Classic at the 200. Our Tristolite swept past Western Classic. Darkwood Beach, and now the Penny charging home late, but it'll be too late now. Tristolite dived away from them, and our Tristolite's going to win the Group 1. Schweppes Australasian Oaks by about 2.5 Western Classic. Third, the Penny.
Champion stallion Sir Tristram produced yet another Group 1 winner with our Tristolite. The filly became individual number 39 to succeed at racing's highest level. It has been a few seasons since the George Hanlon stable has had a genuine Melbourne Cup contender, but with the winner of the South Australian Derby, a definite candidate has emerged.
The others in the straight they race. Our Pompey, the leader, on the outside. Centreway's the danger. Centreway comes after our Pompey. Our Pompey still holds a length with 110 to go. Our Pompey still a length and a half. Now 2 in front with 50 to go. And our Pompey takes the Malaysia SA Group 1 Derby.
Freshened up after his unplaced run on the Doncaster Handicap, the 3-year-old Primacy started favourite in South Australia's Premier Sprint, the Goodwood Handicap.
And further back behind them then came Ali Shan, but it's Primacy at the 200, and Lucky Dapper. Pay the King's got up on the rail. Colebrook, and now Jolly Old Mac is starting to fly. Primacy grabbed by Colebrook. Jolly Old Mac down the outside's the Swamper. Jolly Old Mac put the nose in front, and Jolly Old Mac has won the Goodwood. Second, Colebrook.
Coming from midfield, last season's Australian Guineas winner Jolly Old Mac gave Greg Hall his 4th Group 1 success of the season. The 4-year-old son of McGinty is prepared by Flemington trainer John Sadler.
2 weeks after her Australasian Oaks win, our Tristolite returned to Morfordville for the South Australian Oaks. It seemed the only thing that could prevent her from completing the Oaks double was the step up in distance to 2,400 metres.
Our Tristolite, the grey, has cruised up on the outside. She slipped into another cog and dropped them. She's got away. Our Tristolite at the 200, 2, 3 in front. Looking at the minors, that's where the interest lies. Coming hard down the outside, True Pearl. Still there, Kingston Spirit and Prime again. But this is as soft as winners you'd see in any Group 1 race. He's merely flicked that whip at her, and our Tristolite wins by 3. Second, Prime again.
Formerly trained by Dave O'Sullivan, our Tristolite was prepared for her Oaks double by Bart Cummings. The filly is out of the former top race mare Tudor Light, a winner of 16 races, including 2 Group 1 events.
Following in the footsteps of the Melbourne Cup winner Sub-Zero, the Derby winner our Pompey took his place in the Adelaide Cup field.
Our Pompeii and Double Gin turn for home clear. Head Cutter and Big Baron behind them, giving ground immersion. Delmar still there, and they were followed further out on the track by Ramyar and Azam. Our Pompeii the leader, Head Cutter and Big Baron running on. Our Pompeii inside the 200. I reckon with 200 to go, the 3-year-old Our Pompeii is going to complete the Derby and the Adelaide Cup double. He'll win, and he'll win very, very easily indeed. Here's a stayer of the future. Our Pompeii in the Racavolas colours by 5. Second.
Former Western Australian jockey Troy Jackman, now based in Victoria, had an armchair ride on Our Pompeii, a brother to the 89 Golden Slipper winner Corza. Trainer George Hanlon and Troy Jackman each won 3 Group 1 races in 92-93.
His nerves are a wreck, because it's his bloomin' neck. He's depending on you to get the package through. It's just gotta be there, but no one seems to care. You know you're not alone, just pick up the phone. Say hello, Comet. Hello, say hello, Comet. Say hello, 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 Comet. Right across Australia or just across the town, Comet never lets you down. Say hello, 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 Comet.
In February, a promotional delegation from the major Queensland clubs visited New Zealand in an effort to attract Kiwi horses to the Winter Carnival. If the number of horses carrying the NZ prefix during the carnival was an indication, then their trip was successful. However, in the first of the Group 1 races we'll review, victory went to a Queensland-trained horse.
They've got 350 metres to go. Sam Nam's just in front, Committal second. Bucks Pride has popped the big question. He's finishing brilliantly on the outside. And here comes Unequalled. Unequalled is coming out to Bucks Pride. Bucks Pride is the leader. Unequalled going to him. Blondin on the outside is finishing quickly now. It's Unequalled in front. Blondin is chasing Unequalled. Unequalled still in front, holding them, and he's won it. Unequalled first. Blondin second. Meg's Ego.
Trained by Kelso Wood, Unequalled was the only local horse to win a Group 1 race during the carnival. Ridden by Mike Pelling, Unequalled is a son of the Kayaroo Star Stallion, Captain Piper.
Since winning the Queensland Derby 3 seasons ago, Rough Habit and his trainer John Wheeler have been regular visitors to the Queensland Winter Carnival. Last season, Rough Habit created history when he won the Stradbroke Handicap Doomben Cup double for the 2nd successive time. However, this season, these feature races were run in reverse order.
And following up behind him is Rough Habit. They're clear of Surface Paradise. Well in the straight now, 300 metres to go. Pellet is moving up on the outside. Kiwi Golf for the middle. Here comes Rough Habit on the outside. Jockey Jim is starting to go for him now. He's bringing him with a great run. He might do it, Rough Habit. He's hit the lead from Kiwi Golfer. By crikey, he's going to do it. That's 3 Doomben Cup. Well done, champ. Rough Habit first.
In winning his 3rd successive Doomben Cup, the remarkable Rough Habit recorded the 10th Group 1 victory of his career. From 55 starts, the 6-year-old has won 24 races for prize money totalling $3.26 million. The Doomben Cup gave Jim Cassidy 5 Group 1 wins for the season, and it was 6 for Johnny Will.
Having prepared the winners of Australia's 4 most prestigious races this season, the Freedman brothers blazed a Group 1 trail that is unlikely to be repeated again. Their amazing run continued in the Sires Produce Stakes at Eagle Farm.
It's Santiago Bell slipping away from them at the 300. Leads by a length on Mahogany. Here he comes, Mahogany. Pimpana's son has pulled to the outside and he's running on gamely. Mahogany's hit the front now from Santiago Bell and he's shot away. Looks as though he's got it won. Pimpana's son trying hard on the outside, but it's all Mahogany. Mahogany's far too good in the run to the post. He scores well. Pimpana's son second. Santiago Bell third. And look at...
Rarely in a season does a 3-year-old filly win 4 Group 1 races. But that's exactly what the courageous filly Slight Chance achieved under the care of Randwick trainer Bob Thompson. The filly won the Flight Stakes in September and was still at her competitive best for the QTC Oaks in June.
She's through Slight Chance. She's coming after Philemon. 300 metres to go and she's hit the front. It's Slight Chance going to the lead from Philemon. Lady Cloud and a hug next on the outside. Then Daisy Do. But Shane Dye said, let's go, girl. And she's burned away from them with 100 metres to go. Royal Tiara flying home on the outside. But she's a great little filly. Slight Chance first. Slight Chance has won the...
Jewel Oaksmere, Slight Chance, put beyond doubt her claim on the title of champion 3-year-old filly with stake earnings of $1.6 million. Slight Chance continues the successful run for her sire Centane, a son of Century.
During the spring, Shane Dye came in for his fair share of criticism, but there's no doubting his ability, as his career record proves. Going into the QTC Derby, Dye had won 6 Group 1 races for the season, and following a great ride on the Sydney-trained Air Seattle, added another one to his tally.
Air Seattle's behind a wall of horses. Square the circle to the outside. Plenty of chances. 250 metres to go. Pellet's poked his nose in front. Air Seattle's into the clear now. He's coming out to Pellet. Play or Pay is still there. Pellet in front. Here comes Air Seattle. He's finishing brilliantly. He's going to Pellet. He's got him. He's racing away to win the Derby. Air Seattle first. Pellet second. Tight for third. Maybe.
Air Seattle is the first Group 1 winner for the imported stallion Air de France, a son of the US Triple Crown winner Seattle Slew and Dahlia, a mare regarded as one of the best stayers of the post-war era. The Derby winner is prepared by popular Warwick Farm mentor Clary Connors.
Coming back to the sprint distance of 1,400 metres, Rough Habit wore blinkers for the first time in his quest to win the Stradbroke Handicap for the 3rd successive year. Rough Habit ran a great race. However, it was a rising star from the Bart Cummings stable who blitzed the opposition.
Pull to the outside, never under charge in the straight. Chortle's hit the front now. 300 metres to go. Chortle got a length on Ensign Ewan and Buck's Pride. Coming to the outside over pitch, and here comes Never Under Charge. He's unwinding with a great run on the outside. He swooped on those leaders, and Never Under Charge has raced to the front now from Buck's Pride and Chortle. Look at him go the last little bit. Oh, he's a beauty all right. Never Under Charge is racing away, and he scores in the Stradbroke, and he's won it by 4 lengths. How good is he?
Having his first start in a Group 1 race, Never Under Charge coasted home to a comfortable win after being heavily supported. A son of the Habitat stallion Lord Seymour, the 3-year-old gave Stephen King his 5th Group 1 success of the season and Bart Cummings his 4th.
Last season, Slight Chance completed the Sires Produce Castlemaine Stakes double before developing into Australia's best 3-year-old filly this year. If history repeats itself, then keep an eye on Mahogany, a tough and genuine horse who gave the Freedman stable Group 1 success number 12 for the season.
They've got 300 metres to go. Waikikamu Cow's the one. He's moving up on the outside. He's coming up to Mahogany. Mahogany's just in front of Waikikamu Cow. It's Mahogany and Waikikamu Cow. They're fighting it out. Gem of the West can't win. Mahogany the inside. Waikikamu Cow. Stride for stride. Nose for nose. They split it all close. Very close. Mahogany or Waikikamu Cow. Maybe Mahogany, but there's
starting from a wide barrier, Mahogany defied all challenges to lead all the way in the Castlemaine Stakes. Owned by prominent racing identity Lloyd Williams, Mahogany is the 2nd Group 1 winner of the season for Last Tycoon. Mahogany is from the first Southern Hemisphere crop of the highly successful stallion. And for Greg Hall, the win topped off a great season in which he rode 6 Group 1 winners.
The final race on this edition of the Australasian Racing Year is the Group 1 Brisbane Cup.
But Delcy has raced up to Puggy's nose in front. Kiwi Golfers going with him closer to the inside. Ramyard just behind them, followed by NASA Rocket working into the clear. Pellet next on the rails. Mac Robert running on the outside with Silk Ali. Barbat Delcia in front. Kiwi Golfers fighting on. Silk Ali down the outside, charging home with Mac Robert and Cool Affair. Barbat Delcia's in front, getting close to home. Cool Affair going to him. They hit it. Barbat Delcia's just lasted to beat Cool Affair.
A winner of the New Zealand St Leger in March, Barbut Delcia produced a strong staying performance to give Brisbane jockey Steve Sharman a success in his hometown cup. The 4-year-old mare is prepared by former jockey Kevin Cullen. 14 years ago, the Freedman brothers won their first race at a Canberra Sunday meeting. It was also the first time they'd taken a horse to the races. Today, they are the most successful training team in Australia. In season 92-93, Freedman trained horses won 12 Group 1 races. Equine millionaires like Mannerism, Bint Masqué, Sub-Zero and Superimpose now retired. Between them, they captured the 4 most prestigious races on the Australian racing calendar.
Beander Cross in front of Mannerism. Beander Cross answering the urgings of Shane Dyer head in front. Mannerism coming at him. Beander Cross maybe a nose to Mannerism, who's booted right on the line and made it close.
Down the outside, Superimpose. Let's all open the middle. Prince Salieri getting a run. Better loosen up and Superimpose. Let's all open front. Superimpose driving. Super. I think Super a nose to Let's all open the Cox Plate.
Sub-Zero racing away now, Castletown, and here comes Beander Cross late, but Sub-Zero with a big lead over Castletown and Beander Cross. Hall keeping Sub-Zero going, he's going on to win the cup, and Sub-Zero's won it by 2 lengths. Beander Cross, Castletown.
Sub-Zero's win in Australia's most famous race, Lee Freedman created racing history. He is the only trainer to win the Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup with 3 different horses. A unique achievement, one unlikely to be repeated for at least another generation, if ever. But the Freedmans weren't resting on their laurels. Their attack on the Group 1 races continued. In the autumn, Bint Musquet ran away with the Golden Slipper to complete the Freedmans' plundering of Australia's best races. Although the Freedmans will continue to be a powerful force for many years to come, the odds of repeating this outstanding training feat are astronomical.
The Freedman brothers certainly had a season to remember. And with Lee at the helm, they'll be a force to be reckoned with for many years to come. Also, in season 92-93, we farewell Superimpose and Better Loosen Up, 2 great champions who are now enjoying well-deserved retirements. Don't forget, you can relive their careers on the Raceplay production Super, Better, Best. Until edition 12 of the Australasian Racing Year, enjoy your racing wherever you may be.